Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee, 2024. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavin. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly. And his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts, a plenty from Strider. The quad's in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez, Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler, Matzik, and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all, when you just A to Z, think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying, it felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee, to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee, 2024. Join the country club today. The first month is free. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops, members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today.
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves country. There is your lineup. We'll put the screen on here in a second. Just want everyone to get a good look at tonight's lineup as the Atlanta Braves, your Atlanta Braves, are going to take on the Los Angeles Dodgers in what is by far the biggest series of the weekend, as you have the two best teams in the National League. You could argue the two best teams in baseball going head to head. And so now, one thing the Braves have to keep in mind here, and we know it's a long season and you can't overreact to anything, but the Phillies are absolutely white hot right now. And look, checking on the score, yeah, it's a final. Phillies beat the Giants 4-3. As we welcome you into the fold here, and we'll go ahead and get the screen turned on. And good evening, y'all. Sorry, I thought I had that on. If we lose, we're half game out. Now, we'd still technically be one up in the loss column. Philly has 21 wins, and they have, now 22 wins and 11 losses. We have 20 wins and 9 losses. So if we were to lose, we would technically be a half game back, but we would have a full game in front of them in the loss column. It's still way too early to worry about that, but it is to be noted Philadelphia has been absolutely white hot. They beat the Giants tonight 4-3. They got to Jordan Hicks early, and he's been pretty good, and they held on for the win in what was expected to be a low-scoring game, and it was 4-3. Now, as far as our game is concerned, Braves versus Dodgers, we've got Charlie Morton on the mound against Garrett Stone. And what can you expect from Garrett Stone? Well, Garrett, if you haven't watched him pitch before, he is one of the top prospects in the Dodgers organization. He has had mixed results. He comes in with a 4.68 ERA. But the big thing that you see from Garrett Stone is he has started to lean more on his changeup this year. and mix in his sinker and his four-seamer. So you're going to see the sinker and the four-seamer coming in around the mid-90s, and then you're going to see the changeup about 8 miles an hour off of that. And then he does have a curve, and he will mix in a cutter and a slider. But those are the main pitches you're going to see is the two hard stuff, and then the changeup and the curve to try to keep everybody guessing. He will throw that cutter and slider just to keep you off balance. Now, as far as what has Stone done this year, like I said, it's been a mixed bag of results. His last outing, he went 7 strong, 1 earned run, only 2 strikeouts, which I think would worry you if you're a Dodger fan. But he did hold him to 1 run, and it was a home run. And before that, he went 3 1/3 against the Mets, and we know the Mets don't have the most explosive offense in baseball. Could only go 3 1/3. Did just give up the 2 earned runs, and in that game only struck out 1. So with that being said, now he had a outing against the Padres, went 6 2/3 and 2 earned, and then he went against the Cubs, 3 innings, 5 earned. That was in Wrigley. That was a cold day. I remember that game. I watched quite a bit of it. The biggest thing that jumps out to me about Garrett Stone is when he was coming up in the ranks, everybody was all about how he was going to be this dominant pitcher, right-handed power pitcher. He has not really turned into that. And the strikeouts have not been there. Now, the Braves have not seen him a whole lot in their we'll get to that in 1 second. But the short of it is, if you got a guy who's not going a lot of swing and miss stuff against a Braves offense that hopefully wakes up tonight, the Braves ought to put some runs on the board. There has been, let's see, Acuna's 1 for 2. Nobody's taken Stone deep. Acuna's 1 for 2. Ozzy's 0 for 2. Olson's 0 for 2. Ozuna's 0 for 1. Harris 0 for 2. And Arcia 2 for 2. So as you can see, not a whole lot to go off of. Just faced him the one time last year. As far as Mookie Betts and company, now their offense has been red hot, and Mookie Betts, I mean, he's sitting 377 right now. If the voting took place tonight, I'd say Betts would be the MVP of the National League, with Ozuna right there behind him, but you definitely give it to Betts. As far as against Charlie Morton lifetime, Freddie Freeman's 10 for 20, 500, 3 home runs. Ouch. Ohtani's 1 for 7. Betts is 13 for 39, so a lot of C's from Betts. He's hitting 333 lifetime. Smith has struggled. Muncy, not that great, 3 for 12, no home runs. And Hernandez, 3 for 9, no home runs, but that is a 333 clip. So what we're looking at tonight, we're looking at, I think we're looking at a high-scoring game. And my pick to click tonight, with everything that's being said, it's time for one of these guys to wake up and really come out. And I remember last year when Acuna went out to L.A. and really ignited the fire and really put everything away and made him the MVP. I expect him to show up in a big spot tonight. I'm going to go with Acuna, and I do think we're going to see a high-scoring game. Give me the Atlanta Braves to win this one 8-5. I know that's a little higher scoring than you would expect, but this is an outstanding offense with the Dodgers. Betts is hitting 377. Ohtani, 338. And Freeman, 292. Will Smith, the catcher, 355. And in the top, 5 guys in the lineup? Of the 5 guys in the lineup, you've got 25 home runs. And if you compare that to what the top 5 in the Braves lineup is, you take Ozuna out, it's been pretty weak, but I think they wake up tonight, and this is going to be a high-scoring game. So let's get ready. We'll step aside, give you the first the lineups, get ready for first pitch, and we'll do roll call when we jump back in. Braves, Dodgers, game 1 of a 3-game set. We're bringing all 3 to you this weekend, y'all. Get ready, Braves country.
Me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
there's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch, and it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-1 lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Green. Here's the front of the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we
Want a beer? It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California, where we're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing right field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. 1 home run, 7 RBI, 13 stolen bases, batting .252. Ozzie Albies batting second, playing second. 2 home runs, 18 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .330. Austin Riley batting third, playing third. He has 2 home runs, 16 RBI, and a .235 average. Matt Olson, your cleanup hitter and playing first base for the Atlanta Braves, has 3 home runs, 16 RBI, a .206 average. Your designated hitter is Marcell Ozuna. The Big Zoo has a .321 clip with 9 home runs, 32 RBI. Travis d'Arnaud is behind home plate and batting sixth. 5 home runs, 16 RBI, batting .282. Michael Harris II, batting seventh and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves. He has 3 home runs, 13 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .294. Orlando Arcia, batting eighth and playing short, with 2 home runs, 9 RBI, and a .266 average. Jared Kelenic is in left field with 4 RBI and a .303 average. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Charlie Morton. He's 2-0 with the 3.6 ERA, 1.13 whip, 30 innings pitched, 23 hits allowed, 28 strikeouts, 11 walks given up with 2 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Gavin Stone. Stone is 2-1, and the right-hander has a 4.68 ERA, 1.44 whip, 25 innings pitched, 24 hits allowed, 18 strikeouts, 12 walks, and 1 home run given up. Backing up Stone at the bottom of the first inning, playing shortstop, it's Mookie Betts. He's got a .377 average, 6 home runs, 25 RBI, and 8 stolen base. Batting second, the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani. 7 home runs, 19 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .336. Batting third, playing first, Freddie Freeman. 2 home runs, 19 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .292. Will Smith, the cleanup hitter, is behind home plate with 4 home runs, 24 RBI, a .355 average. Batting fifth and playing third, it's Max Muncy. He's got 5 home runs, 18 RBI, batting .242. Teoscar Hernandez is in left field with 6 home runs, 22 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .254. Pages is in right field with a .291 average, 3 home runs, 10 RBI. James Outman is in center field for the LA Dodgers and batting eighth. He has 2 home runs, 8 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .173. And Gavin Lux is batting ninth and playing second. A .182 average, 5 RBI, 1 stolen base. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight for Game 1 of a 3-game set, it's Nestor Seja. First base umpire, Todd Titchener. The second base umpire will be Corey Blazer. And down the third base line, it's Manny Gonzalez. Game time temperatures are expected at 67 degrees at first pitch, dropping into the low 60s by the end of the night. Atlanta Braves come in 20-9 on the year. Dodgers 20-13, 2 games behind for the best record in the National League. The Atlanta Braves are minus 105 on the money line. The over-under is 9.5. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. It's Braves Dodgers Game 1 of a 3-game set. Charlie tonight, Bryce on Saturday, and Max Fried going to the bump on Sunday. we're bringing you all 3 games, pitch by pitch, play by play. Warm up your tomahawks, Country Club. Get your game face on, Braves Country. Oh, baby, let's go.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah! Roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves Country. If you haven't already, say hi in the chat. It is time for roll call. Good evening to Country Club members. We've got Gary. We've got David S. in here tonight. We've also gotten Braves Country Margaret. We've got John, Brandon, Red Rum. I expect more to come in, but I do know this is a light. I'd say a lot of folks who are tuning in are probably falling asleep, as this is a late game, as we are just about set for first pitch. Your Atlanta Braves. I don't know if y'all saw the news. It just broke a second ago on the Dodgers feed. Luis Arias, the second baseman for the Miami Marlins, he has been traded to San Diego. So the Marlins are already cutting bait and moving on, as they can kind of read the writing on the wall. Good evening, Charlie. And what do we have? Kyle. And I think I said Russell, but maybe I didn't. Good evening, Russell, Country Club member. Good to see you, Shannon. As everyone smash that like button, please. We're just about set for the action. But yeah, Luis Arias, the second baseman, the guy that flirted with 400 last year for the Miami Marlins, and we just saw him in that series. He just got traded to the San Diego Padres. I did not see what they traded him for, but I doubt it was a whole lot, because they're just trying to dump salary, starting off very, very poorly here in 2024. So the sell-off has already began in Miami. I think you can expect some more bats and arms, probably not the controllable arms, but some of the ones that will come available. And it looks like the Marlins are willing to trade earlier than normal to get out in front of it. Good evening, Christy. Sam Adams. Good evening. And we are just about set. Your Atlanta Braves are going to be wearing their all-gray classics, top to bottom. Atlanta on the chest, tomahawk underneath, all in red, outlined in navy. Navy caps with the white A. Dodgers are wearing their classic home whites with the Dodger blue. Dodgers across the chest, numbers right underneath. Blue ball caps with the white LA symbol. One of the classic ball caps in all the sports. Both teams, two the top selling caps in all the sports, and 2 just classic logos. Garrett Stone's just about set. He's firing up his last warm-up tosses, and we're just about set. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna Jr. is swung on, and that ball's going to get dropped into left center field, and your Atlanta Braves got something cooking. All right. One on, nobody out. Here comes Acuna Matata, and your Atlanta Braves. So Ozzie Albies will dig in. Runner on first, nobody out. Game just getting going. The first pitch to Ozzie, swung on, chopped over towards second. It's going to be an easy play for Lux. Underhanded to Freddie Freeman. 4-3 put out. Acuna moves into scoring position on the play. Keep an eye on Acuna. He could be on the go. So 1 on, 1 out. Acuna stands on second. And here comes Austin Riley. Riley, righty-righty matchup. The first pitch to Austin. Kicks and fires. High and inside, 93-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-0. John, I believe you were the one asking about Hurston Waldrop. Don't expect to see him before the September call-ups unless something drastically goes just awry. The 1-0 pitch. Inside, called for a strike. It's 1-1. They're keeping him on a pitch count because of his youth, and he's pitching once a week. Now, A.J. Smith-Shawver you might see a little earlier, but they're keeping him on a pitch count as well. The 1-1 from Stone, high and inside, 2-1. Your home plate umpire's Nestor Seja. We'll get into him here in a second. But you got to realize Hurston Waldrop's only thrown a few games down on the farm. Before that, he was in college, and Acuna's picked off. Holy cow. Acuna was taken off in Stone perfectly. I don't even know if Acuna was going to go, but he was in his mindset of dancing back and forth and just did not get a good read, and he got tagged out. So that'll make it 2-1 on Riley and nobody on 2 out. The first pitch to Riley after the pickoff, 96 miles an hour down below the knees. It's 3-1. You hate to see that with Acuna, but at first glance, I thought maybe he was going and got picked off. It just looked like he didn't realize that he was turning around to throw it. The 3-1 pitch. Swing, and that ball's belted high and deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lamma, ding-dong. Solo shot. Austin Riley, baby. 449 happy feet. 110 miles an hour off the back of the right. And it's 1-0. He did not miss that one. Right down Main Street. Walloped it. Deep into the stands in the Dodger Stadium left center field. First pitch on the way to Olsen's going to be dribbled over to second. It's going to be an easy 4-3 putout. But not before your Atlanta Braves take the early lead. Austin Riley raking here in Los Angeles.
My personality is like, I don't give a f***, but my anxiety be like, I do.
I don't know which one of y'all need to hear this, but give me back the canned green beans. Because you know what? I ain't even trying to be bougie or nothing. This take too much work. Wifey talking about, hey, babe, since I'm out and about, can you get them little green beans, Brad? Yeah. She's talking about bust open the bag, rip out both ends, and then break them in half. I said, this whole bag? It's like 300 of these damn things here. I'm gonna be here for hours. This is a lot of work. Got me messing with these big old green beans. Give me the can.
See, kids do the craziest stuff when they too quiet, bro. You gotta go check on them constantly. It ain't no leaving them alone. It ain't no, oh, they good. Nah, you gotta go look because they doing stuff like this. Washing rocks in my sink. Put the rock back outside. Then you gonna ask how you did that. Better check on y'all kids if they too quiet. Y'all better play Marco Polo in the house or something because something is happening. Something that's gonna cost you some money is happening.
With the Koufax, I looked at him when I was a kid. I saw him as a kind of Picasso on the mound or something like that. It was this extraordinary artist. With the Koufax, there was this cerebral sort of artistic flair about him.
By the end of the 1966 season, Sandy Koufax was at the peak of his career. He had won 27 games that year, pitched 11 shutouts, and led the league in strikeouts. But just a month after the World Series ended, he called a press conference to announce that he was quitting the game at the age of 31, while he could still lift his arm.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way from Charlie Morton is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 curveball right there at the knees. Kisses the top of the caps on the outer edge. It's 0-2. Yeah, John, you hate getting picked off right before that home run. In Acuna's defense, it'd been a long time since Riley had hit one. The 0-2 pitch, swing, and knocks it up high, not very deep, drifting under it, making the catch as Acuna Matata, one away. Once again, that he just looked like that he was just caught by surprise. Here we go. He just looked like he was caught by surprise on that pit. I mean, on the pickoff. Didn't look like he was going. Looked like he was just kind of dancing around, and Stone turned quickly and fired that ball over to second, excuse me. First pitch on the way to Shohei Ohtani is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Braves 1, Dodgers nothing. The 1-0 pitch swung on, chopped foul, curveball, 1-1. If you're just joining us, Austin Riley hit his third home run of the year. A moon blast, 449 into the left center seats here in Dodger Stadium. Ohtani batting .336 and a .1017 OPS. The 1-1 in the dirt. Four-seam misses well out of the zone, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Righty-lefty. Standing on deck is Freddie Freeman. The 2-1 from Charlie. Kicks and fires. Inside 95. Misses ball 3, 3-1. So a 3-1 to Ohtani. Charlie wheels and deals. Swing and a miss. Curveball. 3-2. I don't know if we'll get the real numbers, but I would love to see what the response is from Comcast customers after that stunt that they've pulled with Braves fans and how many Braves fans cancel out. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Curveball swung on. Chopped foul. We'll do it again. It's about your only option if you're in the territory. If you're not going to do the VPN route that you've got to do, is you've got to sign up with one of the providers that does carry. I know I saw Fubo does it, and I believe you can order it a la carte as well. The 3-2 swung on, chopped over to first, right into the glove of Olsen. He'll step on the bag, 2 away. So 2 down, and Freddie Freeman, we talked about this in the pregame, 10 for 20 lifetime against Charlie Morton. And they do remain good friends, and both of them tip their cap to each other. The first pitch on the way to Freddie is a cutter right there for a strike. Outer edge, it's 0-1. Righty-lefty. The 0-1 kicks and fires. Sinker just misses inside, 1-1. Tried to grab that inside zone, get that two-seam action bending back towards the plate, but it didn't quite get the... It was a good frame by Darno, but didn't get the call. So a 1-1 count. Swing, and that ball's lifted into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to keep rolling, and Freddie Freeman's on with the 2-out double. His masterclass against Charlie Morton continues. Unbelievable. Just took that cutter and lifted it. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a solid stroke that Freddie split the outfielders with. A little surprised that they had him played so far over in the outfield. If you're going to do that, why not hit him with the hard stuff with 2 strikes on the outer edge? Will Smith batting .355 steps in. He takes the first pitch, curveball, down and in, 1-0. Smith signed a contract extension this spring. The 1-0 pitch. Right there for a strike. Curveball floated in. Just touched the inner black. It's 1-1. Will Smith batting .950. 4 home runs, .355, 24 RBI for a hind catcher. Not too shabby. The 1-1. Swing, and that ball's lifted into right field, but right at Acuna. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Dodgers threaten but fail to score. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
To the man who told me about my dress being flyed up in the back and did not make it awkward, I hope you have the best life ever.
Here is the story of Dick Raddatz. He got the nickname Monster by striking out several New York Yankees in a row at a game at Fenway Park in 1963. He also dominated one of the best players in baseball history. Mickey Mantle faced him 16 times in his career and struck out an astounding 12 times. Even crazier, he had only one pitch in his repertoire, a 95-mile-an-hour heater delivered sidearm. He still holds the major league for strikeouts by a relief pitcher with 181 in 1964. He won 15 games in a season twice as a reliever. He was the first pitcher in history to have consecutive 20-save seasons. He saved 102 games during his tenure with the Boston Red Sox, which at the time was a team record. For 3 seasons, he was one of the most dominant relief pitchers in the game. Some believe his collapse was due to burning out after facing more than 500 batters for 4 seasons in a row. He took the league by storm, and today we remember him for a short but great career.
Sandy Koufax was at the peak of his career. He called a press conference to announce that he was quitting the game.
The question is why. I don't know if cortisone is good for you or not, but to take a shot every other ball game is more than I wanted to do, and to walk around with a constant upset stomach because of the pills, and to be high half the time during a ball game because you're taking painkillers. Don't want to have to do that.
What is your thought about the loss of income?
Let's put it this way. If there were a man who did not have use of one of his arms, and you told him it would cost a lot of money and he could buy back that use, he'd give him every dime he had, I believe. That's my feeling. And in a sense, maybe this is what I'm doing. I don't know. I've got a lot of years to live after baseball, and I would like to live them with complete use of my body. I don't regret 1 minute of the last 12 years, but I think I would regret 1 year that was too many.
He would become the youngest man ever elected to the Hall of Fame.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way from Garrett Stone to Marcell Ozuna is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss over the top. It's 1-1. Pulled the changeup. 1-0 your score. The pitch. Swung on and swatted foul down the third base line. We'll do it again. Ozuna batting .321. 9 home runs, 32 RBI, 1027 OPS. The 1-2 pitch. Outside wide, 2-2. Yeah, you think, Russell? So a 2-2 count, pitch on the way, swing, and that ball's lifted into right field, but not very deep. It'll drop into the glove of the right fielder. Pages, 1 away. Good seeing in Nathaniel. Braves 1, Dodgers nothing. If you're just joining us, a solo shot by Austin Riley in the first inning, right after Acuna got picked off. He led off with a single, then made it to second on the G4. First pitch on the way to Travis d'Arnaud is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 from Stone lets her go. Swing and a miss off the edge. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Nobody on, 1 out. The pitch from Stone. Caught looking, strike 3. Travis, not going to argue that. He's going to want those same calls for Charlie. 2 away. Might have been a touch off the edge, but with 2 strikes, you got to pull the trigger. I'd say he just got froze on that one. If you look at the pitch cast, it looks like that it was just off the edge, but once again, with 2 strikes, you got to swing. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris' second is a swing and a miss strike. Change up on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. High and out of the zone. 1-1. So a 1-1. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Righty, lefty. The pitch in the dirt. 2-2. Braves 1, Dodgers nothing. Stone just at 20 pitches, so you'd like to see them extend him a little bit, get that pitch count up. The 2-2 from Stone. Lets her go. In the dirt, ball 3-2. Standing on deck is Orlando Arcia. In the hole, Jared Kelenic. The payoff pitch to Harris. Swung on and just got a piece of that to stay alive. We'll do it again. So a full count. Righty, lefty. Stone looks in. Now he comes set and brings it. In the dirt, ball 4. So that'll get things going here in the top of the second inning. 1 on, 2 out. Arcia comes to the plate. First pitch to Orlando is right there at the knees. Slider on the outer edge. It's 0-1. We mentioned Orlando is one of the few batters who have seen Stone a few times, and I believe, what was he, a 2 for 2? The 0-1 swung on and sawed off foul down towards the tarps on the first base side. 0-2. Harris on first. 2 outs. Could be a threat to go. Stone turns around with that quick move again. Gets Harris close by. Harris, I don't know what he's saying to Goodwin, the first base coach, but it's something to the effect of, damn, that dude's fast over here. The 0-2 pitch. Kicks and fire. Swing! And that ball's fouled down the right field line. Out of play. Do it again. There is quite a bit of foul territory here at Dodger Stadium, but really towards the infield. The outfield, there's very, very small room on either side. The 0-2 pitch. Outside wide. Trying to chase that slider off the edge. It's 1-2. Braves 1, Dodgers nothing. Top of the second. The pitch from Stone. In the dirt. Ball 2. Good snag by Smith. He was able to backhand that, keep it from going to the backstop. The 2-2. Orlando. Swing, and that ball's rifled up the middle. That's going to dribble through for a base hit. And Michael Harris is second. He's going to hold up in second. Outman was charging in. No sense of getting thrown out at third with 2 outs. I don't think he would have made it. It would have been extremely close. That'll bring Jared Kelenic to the plate. Kelenic batting .303, 725 OPS. So runners on first and second, 2 outs. And Jared Kelenic steps to the dish. Righty, lefty, the first pitch. Floats a curveball top of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. The pitch. Down and in, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Stone comes set. Lets her go. Inside 95-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Righty, lefty. The pitch. Nasty curveball. Grabs the outer edge. Down and away. It's 2-2. Deuces wild here in the top of the second. 2 on, 2 out. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and fouls it down the line. 94 miles an hour. Braves 1, Dodgers nothing. If you're just joining us, we scored off a solo shot by Austin Riley. Also, second baseman Luis Arias has been traded to the Padres. The 2-2 pitch, down and in, 3-2. You'll remember Luis Arias starting second baseman for the Miami Marlins. The 3-2. Stone comes set, kicks and fires. Swing, and that ball's rifled off of the glove of Freddie Freeman. He's going to fire it over to first and just gets the ball to Stone in time. That ball was hammered off of Freeman, and a great throw gets a 3-1 putout. Stone covering the bad to end the inning. Braves threat but fail to score. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
If you sneeze and I say God bless you, the only thing you should say is thank you. I don't need to hear all of this. How did you get in my house? Why is my window broken? I'm calling the police. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Hey, what do you call a policewoman that does all those chalk outlines? Tracy.
10 things you didn't know about Theodore Samuel Williams. He disliked the name Teddy and even went as far as amending his birth certificate to say Theodore instead. He had offers from the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Yankees while he was still in high school. His major league debut was the only game which featured both Williams and Lou Gehrig playing against each other. In 1940, he made his only appearance as a pitcher. He went 2 innings, allowing 1 run on 3 hits, and even struck out a batter. In his autobiography, he stated that his eyes were probably shut on his 1941 All-Star Game walk-off home run. In 1949, he set the MLB record when he got on base in 84 straight games. He was once fined for spitting on a fan who was taunting him after he dropped a fly ball off the bat of Mickey Mantle in Fenway Park. He homered in his last at-bat of his career on September 28, 1960. He almost hit 400 a second time in 1957, but he fell 5 hits short of accomplishing the feat. He took hitting advice from a 14-year-old who told him to dry his bats in an oven to release the moisture they picked up from the playing field and return them to their original weight.
On July 25th, 1966, at Cooperstown, New York, Ted Williams was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Baseball gives every American boy a chance to excel, he said. I hope someday Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson can be added here in some way as a symbol of great Negro League players. They are not here only because they did not get a chance. 5 years later, Leroy Satchel Paige was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Charlie Morton will go back to work. First pitch on the way to Max Muncy is a curveball at the top of the zone, called for a strike. It's 0-1. I think Muncy was thinking that was a little high. It was borderline. The 0-1. Righty, lefty. The pitch on the way. Curveball just misses outside, 1-1. Charlie Morton, his 19th pitch of the night, lets her go. Curveball right there at the knees. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Righty, lefty, pitch outside, 2-2. Actually, that's my producer. I know when he's doing it. He'll send me a text, but I didn't see what was said. But he said something about family friendly, and that's all I know that was said. The 2-2 pitch, down and in, ball 3-3-2. Almost got Muncy on the leg. He was able to dance out of the way. The only thing I can say is they're quick to put folks into timeout and that kind of stuff if there's. They want everyone to have fun is the gist of it. The 3-2 pitch, swung on and fouled straight back. We'll do it again. John, you're talking about probably Fubo. I don't know what market you're in, but you could also, as the 3-2 pitch on the way, misses high and out of the zone, ball 4. Looking to see if in your area, if you can get the Bally's a la carte, because I do know that's an option in some areas. And if you can't do it a la carte, then I would say Fubo, because I can tell you YouTube TV lost the contract with Bally's last year. And now Comcast this year, I think a lot of fans kept waiting for them to come back, and they never did. Actually, I think YouTube was 2 years ago. First pitch on the way to Hernandez after the walk is right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Oh, if you're in New York, then you're made in the shade. The 0-1 swung on, fouled straight back. It's 0-2. If you're in New York, just get the MLB package, and you're good to go. And I would do it through MLB TV. I wouldn't do it through other entities. And what I mean by that is like Apple offers it and all these others all offer it, but you're better off doing it through MLB.TV because you can use it on more devices. The 0-2, down and away. He went strike 3. Curveball in the dirt, nowhere near the zone, but couldn't hold up, one away. The 1 down. Yeah, they do it in all sports, Jacob. People don't notice it in the NFL, but they black out in the NFL as well. The reason why you don't typically notice it is the first pitch on the way from Charlie is up high for a strike. It's 0-1. Is because the NFL is carried on your two major networks, Fox and CBS. So it's very rare that you get a rights dispute with those. The 0-1, down and in, 1-1. But there have been times where the cable companies and the streaming services have gotten into contract arguments with, we'll just say Fox is the 1-1, fouled straight back, 1-2. And it really comes down to their affiliates. But the short of it is, if that were to happen, you had the NFL ticket and you're sitting in Atlanta, Georgia, you're not going to be able to see the Falcons game because you can only see it locally on Fox. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, grounded over to second. Pages is going to be out, a 6-4 put out. And on the play, Muncy took out Ozzy's back leg. I don't think it was intentional, just kind of clipped him. What's interesting about that is they could call an automatic out to the runner at first. But to do that, Snicker has to be paying attention and actually complain about it, and I don't think he is. So, runner on first, 2 outs. That'll bring James Outman, the number 8 hitter, to the plate. He takes the first pitch, curveball there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Rocks and fires. Inside hits him. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Nowhere for Outman to go. And it clips his right wing. He'll head on down to first. He appears to be okay, but it's not what you want. When you're here at the bottom of the order, you don't want to give another base away. So James Outman will head on down. Be runners on first and second and 2 outs. The first pitch on the way to the number 9 hitter, Gavin Lux, is down and in for a ball, 1-0. Braves 1, Dodgers nothing. Bottom of the second. Long way to go in this one. The 1-0. Rocks and fires. Curveball right there at the knees. Outer edge, 1-1. Gavin Lux batting 182 with a 449 OPS. The 1-1. Down and in curveball. 2-1. That one came dangerously close to the back leg of Lux. That is the last thing you want to do is hit back-to-back guys with Mookie Betts looming on deck. The 2-1 pitch swung on. That ball's dropped into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Here comes Kelenic firing to home, and he is... got him! Gunned him down 7-2, and that'll end the inning. What a hell of a throw by Jared Kelenic. We'll head to break.
Change doesn't just happen. It is forged by empowered women like me and Norma Ray and the lady from The Blind Side. You know what the difference is between me and her? Blind Side's family had her back.
Okay, huddle up, everybody. Your mother's right. She's the quarterback of this family, and we need to protect her like Blindside did.
She just said the mom was Blindside.
Well, she's confused. Blindside was the black kid who played tight end.
Offensive line.
Sorry, African-American kid.
Join the country club today. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops. Members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today.
Hey, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you should probably throw away that unopened bag of salad mix that's been sitting in your fridge for about 3 weeks.
I think there's comfort in continuity. So many things in our country have changed drastically, as they must over the years and over the decades. Violent disruptions. And although baseball has changed, its essence remains the same. It's one of the enduring institutions in our country, and I think we take some comfort from that.
Almost against my will, I got back to Fenway Park. Somehow it felt disloyal to the Brooklyn Dodgers, but it seemed crazy to let this love affair go on the rest of my life and never enjoy another team. So reluctantly, in about '67, a perfect time, I started going back to Fenway Park. And then that whole season took place, and it was such a miracle at first that they had been in 9th place the year before, and they had this impossible dream of a year, that at first I didn't see the similarities between the Red Sox and the Brooklyn Dodgers. I thought I found a winner, finally. But then the similarities set in.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. If you're just joining us, Jared Kelenic, an absolute hose to the plate, gunning down Pages, the right fielder. It's not like he was throwing out a hind catcher. He is an absolute hose to the plate. First pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna Jr. is 1-for-1. Is high and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 from Stone. They set up inside again. Swing! And that ball's hit high down the line. 94 miles an hour, 1-1. That was a beautiful throw. I mean, he hit Travis the only place he could hit him. Right there in the glove, leading him to the tag. And he got Pages by maybe a half step. 2-1 count to Acuna. They set up inside again. Swing, and that ball is a comebacker right to Stone. L3 in your scorecard. The bat shattered in the hand of Ronald Acuna Jr. He hit it right on the screws, but the bat broke in half. That's just bad luck for Acuna. That bat doesn't break. He probably smokes that past him. Instead, 1 up, 1 down. First pitch on the way to Ozzie is high and out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Change up over the top, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Righty, lefty, the pitch on the way, down and in, 2-1. Ozzie Albies 0 for 1. He had a ground out to the right side his first time up that moved Acuna from first to second. The 2-1 pitch, swung on, pops it up. Can of corn drifting over, making the catches, Will Smith. 2 away. So 2 down. Austin Riley will come to the plate. He is 1 for 1 with a solo shot. The lone run of the night. First pitch on the way is down and away. For a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, and that ball's hit hard on the ground through the left side of the infield. And we're going to get Austin Riley heading to first base on a 2-out single, a worm burner. 93 miles an hour off the bat. But I think you can get it a lot harder than that. That's measured. So that'll bring Matt Olson to the plate, righty-lefty. The first pitch to Matt, down and in for a ball changeup. It's 1-0. Margaret and some of the other ones that are in that Comcast deal, can you not get out of your Comcast contract is what I'm wondering. Because if you can, it's a really simple solution. The 1-0 pitch, swing, and that ball is belted high and deep. If it's fair, it is just foul. My word, did he give that ball a ride. That was a hanging changeup, and Matt Olson did not miss it, just couldn't keep it straight. The 1-1. Pitch on the way, swung on, lifted high down the left field line, and that'll fall foul. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. There's a number of ways that you could get it, Margaret. If you can get rid of your cable subscription, you get it through Fubo. You should be able to get it a la carte just through their app. The 1-2 pitch, caught looking, strike 3. Change up right there at the knees, and that'll end the inning. Braves put one on but failed to score. We almost had a 2-run blast. It missed by just a couple inches.
We leave for Honduras tomorrow for a tournament on Saturday and Sunday. It's about a 49-hour drive, so plan accordingly. From there, we're going to raft over to Cuba for a night game on Monday. Now, if we pull out a win in Cuba, we get an automatic bid into a tournament that's in Croatia. That game will be on Wednesday. Once that's wrapped up, I would like everyone to meet Saturday morning at the ESPN Sports Complex in Disney for practice. Our first game in Disney starts at noon later that day. Now, don't get spoiled with this schedule. As the season progresses, we will pick up more games. Also, we are still calculating the exchange rates, but Coach Gary will let everyone know how much we owe in tournament fees. Any questions?
Your 80-year-old dog don't want to go on a walk with you, okay? This is my 3rd time this week seeing people carrying around their 80-year-old dog because the dog barely made it on the walk. He don't want to go on a walk with you. He's 1 foot in the grave. What makes you think that he wants to go on a walk with you? Him and George Washington Carver were friends.
Boston fans dared hope they might at last win the World Championship that had been denied them every season since the team sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees. Plans were made for a big victory parade.
He could throw a baseball through a brick wall, as a matter of fact. If I had to choose one person to pitch one game in my one lifetime, I would choose Bob Gibson.
Now, Gibson would face Carl Yastrzemski in the 1967 World Series.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio with Mac Magee, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Charlie Morton fires the first pitch, a cutter right down the pipe to Mookie Betts. For a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Right there for a strike again. Four-seam fastball. Top shelf outer edge. It's 0-2. Braves 1, Dodgers nothing. Bottom 3. The 0-2 from Charlie. Rocks and fires. Curveball down and away. 1-2. Mookie almost looked like he wanted to swing at that, but held up plenty of time. So a 1-2 count. The pitch on the way. Fastball misses outside wide. 2-2. The 2-2 from Uncle Charlie swung on, dribbled over to first. Olsen's got it. He'll step on the bag. G3 in your scorecard. 1 away. Top of the order, the Dodgers. I mean, it is the modern day version of Murderer's Row. Mookie Betts followed by Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, and Will Smith. The first pitch on the way to Ohtani is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Way outside wide, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Pitch on the way from Charlie. Curveball right there for a strike on the outer edge, 2-1. See Shohei Ohtani over the weekend hit a ball 119 miles an hour off the bat for a home run. The 2-1 pitch. Inside. Ball 3, 3-1. The 3-1 from Morton. He lets her go. Swing and a miss, 95 miles an hour. 3-2. Shohei Ohtani corkscrewed that one. He was trying to send that into the next state. Couldn't quite get around on it. Amazes me when I see him swing and miss on something he's pulling is a 3-2 pitch. Swung on, hit hard on the ground over towards first. It's going to be just foul. We'll do it again. And you see Ohtani swing and miss at one, and he comes just corkscrewing towards it. You would never teach a batter to do what he does because he goes with all his momentum. It's all or nothing. It's either going to be he's going to tattoo it or he's going to miss wildly like he just did a second ago. So a full count once again, 3-2 to Ohtani. He is a threat to steal if he gets on. The pitch from Morton. Swing and pops it up back foul. 96-mile-an-hour fastball out of play. We'll do it again. Full count from Charlie. Playing Ohtani to pull. The payoff pitch. Down below the knees, ball 4. Tried him to chase a fastball down and away. Ohtani didn't bite, and there's 1 on, 1 out. And Freddie Freeman, who's already 1 for 1, coming to the plate. Freddie Freeman now 11 for 21 lifetime against Charlie Morton. He's batting .298 this year, .850 OPS. The first pitch to Freddie is outside wide, called for a strike. It's 0-1. Freddie Freeman's got 2 home runs on the year, 19 RBI, and .850 OPS. Righty, lefty. Morton kicks and fires. Swing and a miss up top, 95 miles an hour. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Ohtani on first, a threat to steal. Morton turns around and flips it over to first to keep Ohtani close by. He's got to be thinking what everybody else is thinking. Ohtani could be going. Morton with 2 strikes. Always known to throw that curveball. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the 4-seam fastball on the outer edge. 1 away. He stayed away from that curveball, and maybe that's what Freddie was looking for because it jumped on him in a hurry. Man, that was pumping that gas right past him. Astros beat the Mariners 8-3 earlier tonight. First pitch on the way to Will Smith is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Cutter missing. Will Smith 0 for 1 on the night, batting .351 with a .942 OPS. Righty. Charlie comes set, lifts his black glove and fires it. Ohtani is on the go, and he will have second base stolen with ease. Pitch got down to Travis d'Arnaud to try to throw him out from his knees. It was nowhere near him. The throw came up on the shortstop side of the bag. Ozzie had to backhand it. By the time he turned around, Ohtani was already dusted himself off. So a runner in scoring position. It looks like Ohtani's pants have already torn. There's some news came out today about these MLB jerseys. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on and swatted foul back out of play. It's a 2-1. MLB is planning on changing the material on the jerseys and the pants, specifically the pants for the second half of the season. The 2-1 pitch. Right there for a strike. Curveball kisses the black on the inside. 2-2. Several times this year, just from sliding into home or second, runners' pants have split. And I'm talking about right down the street. I forget who it was. Someone for the Twins the other day. Entire right side of their pants just came undone. The 2-2 pitch. Swing, and that ball's lifted into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. It is going to come around to score. We got ourselves a tie ball game. You're watching on the Braves Bally's, really bad camera work. The ball was hit in between left and center. Michael Harris II cut it off before it got to the wall. So Will Smith will be held to a single, but Ohtani scores with ease. I say it was camera work. It was actually the production room. Anytime you see something like that, that's a mishap of the production team. First pitch on the way. Curveball right there on the outer edge for a strike to Max Muncy. It's 0-1. Producer hitting the wrong button or directing the wrong button to be pushed. The 0-1 down below the knees, 1-1. But a lot of it's got to do with they're on the road, and we've seen this the last 3 years. Ever since we came out of COVID, the production on the road games, I believe, is the buck is being passed as the 1-1 curveball misses down and in 2-1. And I believe they're just assigning someone in that city to take take theirs over, and they're not sending their production team with them. So you're getting kind of the luck of the draw on who's running your room. Runner on first, 2 outs. The pitch on the way to Muncy. Curveball. Looked like it grabbed the top of the zone, but they're going to say it missed. 3-1. Charlie Morton, now at 61 pitches. We talked about we thought this would be a high-scoring game, the 3-1 pitch. Swing, and that ball's lifted high and deep into left field, going back on the track. Making the catch at the very back of the wall is Jerry Kelnick, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Dodgers tie it up. We head to the top of the 4th.
Strippers have always used names of expensive things like Diamond or Mercedes. Nowadays, DJs be like, please welcome Gas and Eggs to the main stage.
Most of the problems in your life are probably your fault. And don't hear what I'm not saying. I do understand you. I get that being a victim makes you feel like you have a get-out-of-jail-free card for being a and I'm here to tell you, no. Stick with me here. You might not be depressed. You might just need to go find a glass of water, eat a salad, have a decent sleep schedule. I have insomnia, do you? Or do you just lack the self-control to put the phone down? I'm not saying these things because I'm trying to be an I'm saying them because when I say you're not allowed to quit, I truly mean it. However, until you start taking accountability for the things that are your fault, then nobody can help you. Have a great day.
Hey, baby! We're gonna be here all day! We're gonna be here all day, baby! I like this kind of party!
Say the weird thing.
Is a police officer obstructing a citizen's right to freedom of speech if they handcuff a deaf person?
Bob Gibson's first pitch to Yastrzemski. Here's the pitch. He swung at a base hit out of the right field.
Yastrzemski continued his tear, hitting .400, smashing 3 home runs, and in one game driving in 4 of Boston's 5 runs. But Bob Gibson overwhelmed nearly every other Red Sox hitter.
Gibson set. Here's the pitch. Strike 3.
Despite an aching elbow, he won the first game, took 3 days off, then won the 4th.
He struck him out swinging.
3 days later, he was called in again to pitch the 7th against Boston's best, Jim Lonborg, who had also won his 2 games, but who was starting with only 2 days rest.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna from Gavin Stone. It's a fastball right there at the knees on the inner cut. It's 0-1. The 0-1, righty-righty. Pitch on the way. Slider misses down and away. 1-1. Country Club members, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but we did add a Beat LA emoji for this series. Took us forever to find one that was going to fit, but we found it just before first pitch. The 1-1. Down and in, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Stone turns, kicks, fires, swing and a miss. Change up over the edge, 2-2. Marcell Ozuna. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the fastball, pumped it right by him on the outer edge. 1 away. 1 down, and that'll bring Travis d'Arnaud to the plate. Travis 0 for 1. Braves had Stone on the ropes in the first and second. Be starting to settle down here. The first pitch on the way. The swing and a miss strike slider. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Rocks and fires. Fastball misses. 1-1. The 1-1 to Travis. Slider misses outside again. 2-1. Gavin Stone at 58 pitches here in the top of the 4th. Baltimore Reds game is the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and grounded up the middle, but right into the glove of Mookie Betts. He'll flip it over to first. Easy 6-3 put away, 2 down. Orioles and Reds, they had a long rain delay. They're now going in the 8th. Baltimore leads Cincinnati 3-0. That'll bring Michael Harris the second to the plate. Harris takes a hack at the first pitch. Fastball on the outer edge, swats it foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Harris turns to bunt, pulls back, called for a strike at the knees, 0-2. There's a couple things here. You had Acuna picked off as the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded over to third. It's going to be an easy 3-1 putout, and that'll end the inning. Braves go very quietly. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Braves, Dodgers, 1-1.
I don't do ibuprofen. I do ibupuffin.
Damn! Look at you on my page again. Hi! I thought you didn't like me.
Dad?
Yeah.
You think I can take the truck out of town?
How far?
I don't know, like Yosemite?
Maybe, but this thing's been sitting for 4 years. You need to shake it down and make sure everything works before you take it far out of town. You're gonna get stuck on the side of the road with no cell service for 2 days. That'll set you straight.
You don't think I can survive on stuck on the side of the road for 2 days?
Well, you're kind of an indoor dog, so I'm gonna say no.
What does that mean?
You really want me to answer that? Jesus Christ, man.
All right, look, what if I brought like 5 friends?
Then there'd be 6 of you idiots stuck on the side of the road.
Now to bring up Bob Gibson. The pitch by Lindor. Swung on. A long drive, deep left center, way back. It might be out of here. It is a home run for Bob Gibson.
Gibson won it easily, 7-2, and added insult to injury by hitting a home run of his own.
Joins the list of pitchers who have hit home runs in World Series competition.
In 3 complete series games, he gave up just 14 hits, something no one else had done since Christy Mathewson in 1905. Boston canceled its victory parade. It was a great World Series, but that year more people had watched professional football's first Super Bowl than any series game. Baseball was now said to be too leisurely, too serene to be the national pastime.
Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Charlie Morton will go back to work. First pitch on the way from Uncle Charlie is a 4-seam fastball. Swatted foul back out of play. It's 0-1. Braves 1, Dodgers 1, bottom 4. The 6, 7, 8 hitters due up. Hernandez, Pages, and Outman. The 0-1, rocks and fires right there at the knees. He's had that changeup working along with the curve. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Pitch from Morton, swatted foul down the line, out of play. The 0-2 from Charlie. Swing, and that ball's fouled straight back, fisted back behind home plate. We'll do it again. There is quite a bit of room behind home plate here at Dodger Stadium. Always has been. It's not like a lot of the newer parks where you run out of room fast. The 0-2 pitch, swung on, chopped foul down the third base line. Riley will get it and flip it over to the ball. I think that was a ball girl down the deep left field line. The 0-2. Morton kicks and fires. Did he go around? Looked like he did. They said he did not. Have to look at that again. 1-2. That curveball went down and away. Looking at the replay from the side. No, it looked like he held up. So a 1-2 count. Charlie lets her go. Another curveball tried to get him to chase. This time, nowhere near getting him to go. Bottom of the fourth, we sit in a 1-1 tie. Teoscar Hernandez digs in the pitch. Swing, and that ball's belted high and deep into right field. That ball is gone. Man, you talk about a ball carrying. It did not look like that ball was going to go, and it just kept going and going and going. Hernandez, 7th home run of the year, 388 feet over the right field wall, and it's 2-1 LA. I've seen those articles about the ball being. I don't buy into it until you get further in the season. We get this every year when it's cooler weather, and then you get is the first pitch on the way to Pages is swatted into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit, and there's one on, nobody out. We get this every year in Major League Baseball. I don't know why the so-called experts forget about it, and maybe they're doing it just to play into the hysteria. But every year, at the beginning of the year, we get these lower scoring games. We get balls that aren't flying out. It's because of the cold weather, damp weather. First pitch on the way to Outman is right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. And now you've got all the stats where people are reading. I mean, you've got so many of these guys that run their own podcasts and stuff that don't watch the game. All they do is look at the stats sheet. Is the first pitch on the way to Outman is swung on and swatted foul down the line, 0-2. And they'll tell you that because of exit velocity this and BABIP that and all that the ball should be going out, but they're not taking into consideration the weather. The 0-2 from Charlie. Kicks and fires. Curveball misses outside, 1-2. Can tell you this, with the success we've had on the cover country, the baseball picks, a lot of them has been taking the under in these games, but when we take them, we're looking at the weather. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase that curveball down below the knees. 1 down. When we go in to make the picks every day, we look at the weather, where the wind's blowing in from, and then, of course, the pitching matchups and the usage of the bullpens. But usually when we're taking these unders, it's because of the weather and the pitching matchup combined. Now, when you hit midway through the summer, the overs are going to start hitting. First pitch on the way to Lux is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. So an 0-1 count. Now, if they start belting them in Atlanta in late July and the ball's dying at the warning track, okay, then I'll start to buy into it. First pitch on the way to Lux is the 0-1 to Lux is out there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-2. Braves 1, Dodgers 2, bottom of the fourth inning. Righty, lefty, the pitch on the way. Curveball chopped up the middle. RC has got it. He'll wait on it. Step on the bag. Fire it down to first. And then it's a 6-4 putout to end the inning. Dodgers get 1, but the Braves turn the double play and will head to the top of the 5th. 8, 9, and 1 batters coming up.
What you doing?
Get in the car.
Okay, so I have a question. So if you were a hot dog man and you were selling hot dogs, how would you sell hot dogs?
Hot dog. You want a hot dog? Come get hot dogs. Pickles, like ketchup, mustard, and pickles. I don't like ketchup.
Nobody gonna buy hot dogs from you.
Get the hell out of my...
Hey Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Oh, son hit too. What we waiting for? What we waiting for? What we waiting for, bro? Gas prices.
Somebody explain this to me. But on a Chevrolet, why does the symbol look like a maxi pad?
Time in the course of a ball game is critically important. A baseball game does not rush by with the blur of action of basketball or hockey. It doesn't exist in these sort of spasms the way that it does in football, where everything is lost in the crash and clash of helmets and pads. Instead, we spend most of our time at a ball game pondering inaction. We are sitting there while the third baseman is standing 7 or 8 feet off the bag. The batter steps out of the batter's box and he lifts the bat behind his head. Pitcher steps off the mound, blows on his fingers. That's the action of baseball. It's the absence of action. What it does is it pulls us to the edges of our chairs. It pulls us to that point of anticipation. It pulls us to wondering what's going to happen and playing the game in our mind before it plays on the field itself.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Lando Arcia takes the first pitch down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. 94-mile-an-hour fastball misses down and away, but a low strike called by Nestor Seja. 1-1. The 1-1. Swing, and that ball's lifted high and deep into center field. Will it get enough? No, it will not. It'll die just at the warning track for a loud out number 1. Arcia gave it a ride. Couldn't quite get it out there. Deepest part of the ballpark. One away. The 1 down, Jared Kelenic steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. First pitch to Kelenic is a changeup inside for a strike. It's 0-1. Kelenic, first time up, hammered a ball over to Freddie Freeman that ricocheted, and Freddie was able to recover, get the inning-ending ground out toss to the pitcher. The 0-1 swatted back foul. It's 0-2. The 0-2 in the dirt, way high, wide, goes all the way to the backstop. That is one you wish that Jared would have swung at, because he could have ran for days. So 1-2 count. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Change up off the edge. 2 away. They set him up outside wide, and that changeup almost has like 2 seam action where it just keeps fading away. So 2 down, and Ronald Acuna Jr. steps in. The first pitch to Acuna, 95 miles an hour inside. It's 1-0. Ronald 1 for 2 on the night. Singled in the first inning. The pitch, swing and a miss. Change up. Came out of his shoes on that one. 1-1. They're playing Acuna to pull in the infield, straight away in the outfield. The 1-1. Swung on and fouled straight back. 1-2. If you remember the series last year in Los Angeles, Acuna hit one of the hardest balls in Major League Baseball here. It was a home run as the 1-2 pitch is grounded down the third base line. Is it going to stay fair? Just foul. Muncy let it go underneath his glove to go foul. He knew he had no chance, but here's the thing. If that ball stays fair, that's going to be a double, because it rolled. Yeah, it definitely went foul, but it rolled very slowly back behind, into the grass, into left field foul territory. 1-2 pitch to Acuna, swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew him away at the 96 up top, and that'll end the inning. Braves trail 2-1. Top of the order, do it for the Dodgers again. Braves in a tight one.
I'm going to go ahead and say, if a man cheats, he needs to have points deducted from his credit score. Because, Dan, if I can't trust you, why should the bank?
Man, ain't this the truth? White clubs be free and fun. Black clubs might be $40 and you might die. Where the lie at? You go to a white club, somebody in the back gonna holler, "Hey, all drinks on me." You go party with the black people. Even the gun sounds in the songs make you nervous, boy. You can walk in a white club and make a lot of friends. A lot of friends. You go to a black club and have a potential opposition. You go to a white club, they got a dress code to make sure you ain't got no weapons on you. You go to a black club, you can wear a size 60 pants with a rocket launcher on your hip, and they gonna act like they didn't feel it. At white clubs, they make flyers and stuff. Hey, man, you wear Aeropostales and Sperry's, you get in free. Then you hear that our clubs, look, ladies, free all night, and make sure y'all fellas bring that bag, you heard me?
Y'all, can somebody explain to me why my wife can't remember where she put her hair tie, but she can remember something I said on December 21st of 2021 at 6:40 p.m.?
Football demonstrates the manic division of labor that makes life confusing and I should think unsatisfying. I mean, who wants to grow up to be a third and long yardage pulling guard?
I once had to think of 99 reasons why baseball was better than football. I already had an assignment to do a magazine piece on that topic, and I thought it would take me a long time to write it, but I finished before lunch. It really isn't difficult. I think the first thing is that baseball has no halftime. Then it has no bands at halftime.
It may be that the most American thing about baseball is that it, as we, the fans, take it, it is a refuge from America. I think that when we go to baseball, we are going away from the America of our daily lives. We go to something that we now consider pastoral. It seems to us historic and connected with the past.
In addition, football combines the two worst features of modern American life. It's violence punctuated by committee meetings.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Mookie Betts is grounded over to short. RC has got it, fires it over to first. 6-3 on the putout. One away. Charlie Morton sits at 79 pitches. He'll face Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman. If anybody gets on, Will Smith. Man, it seems like we've faced the top of this order every inning. First pitch on the way to Ohtani. It's right there, top of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. Tomorrow night, it's going to be really interesting. Bryce Elder to face these Dodger batters, and he doesn't have strikeout stuff. The 0-1 pitch right there at the knees, 1-1. Just got to hope that Bryce is on and can induce ground balls, rely on his defense. Max Fried due up on Sunday, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Curveball down and in, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Pitch on the way. Rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Four-seam fastball up top. 2 away. Same pitch that he got Freddie Freeman with last time up. Got the 2 strikes on him and then pumped it up high. They must be sitting down low looking for the curveball. First pitch on the way to Freddie Freeman is a sinker up top for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. Curveball down and in. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Righty, lefty, pitch on the way, swung on and thumped towards the right side, but foul, plenty foul, in between first and the dugout. Do it again at 0-2. Love to get Charlie out of this inning. Maybe able to go 6 for us tonight. The 0-2 pitch Swung on, belted high and deep, but plenty foul into the upper deck down the right field line. Good 50 to 75 feet foul of the pole, but so an 0-2 count from Charlie. Pitch on the way. Caught, looking, strike three. He got caught watching the paint dry, and that'll end the inning. Charlie, 1-2-3 inning. We'll grab the bat, see if we can get him some help. It's 2-1. We head to the sixth.
Y'all, is it just me or does it seem like everything costs like we shopping at an airport now?
Say the weird thing.
In the 2006 movie Idiocracy, they were trying to figure out what kind of footwear would people in the future, and this future filled with morons, what footwear would they have, and what could they do on the small budget that they had at the time? According to the director, the wardrobe designer came across this website with the ugliest plastic shoes she had ever seen. It had like holes in them. And it said, we should use these. They're perfect. We can get a bunch of them super cheap. And Judge said, well, what if they become super popular? Then it won't feel like it's from the future. And her response was, they're so ugly. There's no way anyone will ever wear these. They were Crocs.
I was going over the proposed budget for Q2.
Yeah, wait, hold on, Kate. Sorry. Oh, Amanda, you go.
Brian, what is in your coffee cup?
Oh, it's just my iced coffee.
No, Brian, we can clearly see there's a beer can in there with just a straw in it.
Okay, well, it's after hours, right? I mean, I don't...
Not after hours. Our work day ends at 5, and it's currently 3 o'clock.
So I put it on my calendar. I'm on the West Coast this week, and
that would make it worse. That would make it noon where you are.
Okay, well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I mean, I don't know what...
Either way, you cannot drink on a company call. This is on company time.
All right, well, maybe Matt can just... I don't know.
You're literally slurring your words right now, Brian. And stop drinking.
When you talk to Earl Weaver, he would put you right in the middle of the baseball situation that you wanted to talk about as a writer, and he would tell you everything that was involved. And usually when he was doing this, he would be stark naked in his office and eating it like a chicken or something like this, but a little pint-sized man with no clothes on talking baseball.
I'll always remember Earl sitting in the dugout before a game with a cigarette cupped in his hand like a little boy sneaking a smoke and his fingers all yellowed by the smoke, telling a story and not realizing that they were playing the national anthem. And after the national anthem, I apologized. I'm sorry I'm still here. And he turned to me and he said, relax, kid, don't worry. We do this every day.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves trail this one 2-1. First pitch on the way is swung on and fouled out of play to Ozzie Albies. It's 0-1. The 0-1 to Ozzie takes a swing and a miss changeup down around the shoe tops. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Pitch on the way from Stone. In the dirt. 1-2. Stone cruising so far. Set to face the heart of the Braves order here in the 6th inning. Albies, Riley, and Olson. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on. That ball's lifted into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And your Atlanta Braves have the leadoff runner here on in the top of the 6th inning. One on. Nobody out. Austin Riley has already gone yard once tonight. He's climbing into the batter's box. Changeup. Ozzie just served into right field. Righty-righty matchup. The first pitch on the way to Austin is swung on and pops it up. That's going to be an easy play. Oh, Freddie Freeman dropped the ball. It's in foul territory. But Freddie Freeman with the rare drop. He was twisting backwards. Lux was creeping up on it. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I think he just misplayed it. Might have lost it in the lights a little bit. So an 0-1 count to Austin Riley. He gets another life here. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Slider came out of his shoes on that one. The 0-2 swung on, chopped over to first, and it's going to be a forced out. 3-6. Covering the bag was Mookie Betts. He'll get Ozzie on the force, but Riley busted it down the line. Will take Ozzie's spot at first, one away. So realistically, no harm, no foul on the drop ball by Freddie. That'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. His last time up, he belted one, but foul. First pitch on the way is a changeup, pops it up. Can of corn, easy play. One pitch, one out. 2 down here in the top of the 6th. It's bad enough that you're getting these guys in these massive slumps. It's another thing when you're watching them just give at bats away. So that'll bring Marcell Ozuna to the plate. Ozuna, who literally carried this team in the month of April, digs in, still with the MLB RBI lead. The first pitch on the way to Marcell is swung on and swatted back, fouling out of play. It's 0-1. Problem is you just can't expect Ozuna as the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and miss. Change up off the edge. It's 0-2. You can't expect Ozuna the 0-2. Swung on, grounded foul down the line. We'll do it again. Can't expect him to stay that hot. I mean, it's kind of unrealistic. So an 0-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's belted high and deep into left field, but that's going to get way too much air underneath it. Making the catch just before the warning track is Hernandez, and that'll end the inning. Braves put one on again, but can't get him across. It's 2-1. Offensive sputtering here in game 1 of the series.
So have any of y'all fallen in love with me yet? Or do I need to post more nonsense?
So my kid's mom called me this morning and asked me if I could give her $300 to help her out with rent. And we haven't dated since 2015, so I don't normally do this kind of thing like ever, because I take care of my kids. I get them half the time. I'm a good dad, so it's not normal that I help her out with money any kind of way. And I just told her I needed a little bit to think about it, and I would call her back. And before I had a chance to call her back, her sister called me. Her sister tells me that she doesn't actually need the money for rent. She's trying to get her new boyfriend out of jail because she wanted to be able to be close to him for his birthday. And so, that hit me some type of way, but I decided to call her anyway. I told her, come get the money, that I would help her out. I just figured, karma will bless me the way that I should be. So she came, she picked up the money. About 2 hours later, I get a call from the county jail, and I accept the charges, and it's her, and she's screaming, and she's cussing, and she's crying, and she wants to know why I gave her counterfeit money. And I told her she wanted to be close to her boyfriend for his birthday, and so, happy birthday.
Under Weaver's leadership for 14 full seasons, the Orioles would win or come in second 12 times, win 4 pennants and 1 world championship. In 1968, pitchers dominated as never before. 1 out of every 5 games played that year was a shutout. Bob Gibson was again the most fearsome performer.
2 strikes and a ball. Got him!
He pitched 13 shutouts, won 22 games, and registered the lowest ERA in the history of his league, 1.12.
Standing ovation for Bob Gibson. He has just tied a World Series record.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Looks like Charlie Morton's going to go back out there to work. the Braves cannot come back and win this game, they'll fall a half game behind Philadelphia in the NL East race. Phillies won tonight, 4-3 over San Fran. Charlie Morton goes back to work, and the first pitch on the way to Will Smith, the number 4 hitter, is swatted back foul to the backstop. It's 0-1. LA 2, Atlanta 1, bottom 6, game 1 of a 3-game set. The 0-1 pitch. 4-seam misses high. 1-1. Will Smith 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the third. He's now batting .357 on the year with 4 home runs and a .950 OPS. The 1-1 swing and a miss over the top. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Charlie Morton comes set again. Raises the glove and lets her go. Swung on, lifted high into right field. Not very deep, making the catch as Acuna. Easy fly ball out, 1 away. Same 2 teams back at it tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, a little earlier start. 9:10 first pitch. And then Sunday, we're going to bring that one to you as well. You know, it's normally a chat day on Braves Country, but we're going to bring you the Sunday game, and that's a 4:10 first pitch. Max Muncy steps in. He swings at the first pitch, hits it high in the sky, coming in, making the catches. Kelenic, 2 away. Wasn't hit very hard and didn't look like that difficult of a play, but Kelenic looked like he almost misjudged it, had to dart towards it at the last second. Two down. Charlie Morton at 93 pitches. I can't imagine he would go another inning, but you never know. Sometimes Snit will let them go out there and start the 7th and then go get him the first sign of trouble. First pitch on the way to Teoscar Hernandez is down and away. Cutter slap foul. It's 0-1. Hernandez 1 for 2. He hit a bomb in the 4th inning. The 0-1 swung on. Hit high down the first base line, foul. That'll go about 3-4 rows deep into the crowd, just past the bullpen. Looks like Aaron Bummer's warming up in the Atlanta Braves bullpen. So if you look at the lineup, that would line up for the bottom of the order. The 0-2 pitch, down and away, 1-2. Got a couple lefties at the bottom of the order, and that's what would be due up in the 7th if Charlie can get out of this right here. So a 1-2 count, fast-moving game here. Bottom of the 6th, the pitch. Outside wide, 2-2. Baltimore beat Cincinnati 3-0. That's a final. Philly over San Fran 4-3. The 2-2 swung on, chopped over to third. Riley's got it. Flips it over to Olsen, and that'll end the inning. Another 3 up, 3 down. Charlie has pitched a hell of a game. We got to get him some runs. We'll be back in a flash. To the top of the 7th we go.
A messy Dollar General. That's what you look like. Oh.
Sometimes I get sent out with a shopping list and my wife's like, do you want me to explain that to you? And I'm like, I think I can handle it. And then I get to the grocery store and I'm like, what is a shallot? You know what I'm saying? How many avocados is avocados? Like if I mess that up, are we going to be eating guacamole for the next week? Apples, cinnamon, tomato sauce, dill weed. What aisle is that in? Milk. That's way too vague. Okay, in my house, we go through stuff like oat milk, soy milk, rice milk, coconut milk, almond milk, every kind of milk. The only kind of milk we don't drink is milk. Okay, I don't even know what milk tastes like anymore. This is going to take me an hour and a half to find all this stuff. I should have asked more questions.
I remember the 1968 World Series. I was 16 years old. Game 1, when he struck out the 17 Tigers, you could feel his purpose burn through a television screen from St. Louis to your living room on Long Island. In a sport that isn't supposed to manifest that degree of outward emotion, he was actually fearsome.
Just think, he's accounted for 16 of the putouts all by himself. He got it! Struck him out! A new world record of 17 strikeouts in one game.
Bob Gibson is the only pitcher to win 7 consecutive World Series starts, each of them a complete game.
And when the game was over, Gibson in the clubhouse was like no other pitcher I've ever seen. The reporters gathered around and someone said, "Were you surprised by what you did today?" And Gibson said, "I'm never surprised by anything I do."
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves trail this one 2-1. Travis d'Arnaud will lead us off. It'll be d'Arnaud, Harris, and Arcia. We'll get our first look of the year from Joe Kelly. Joe Kelly, the right-handed veteran, kicks and fires the first pitch, swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Kelly, 5.25 ERA. Don't let that fool you, though. He can still bring it. He's been all over the league, but most famously as a Dodger, the 0-1 inside. Did that get d'Arnaud? It did get him on the hand. He is bent over, and that is not a good sign. Here's hoping he's all right. Looked like it got him right in on the fist. Looked like a little two-seam action that just... He's squeezing his hand right now, and the Braves training staff is out there as we speak. Wasn't one of those ones where he just kind of shook it off and head on down. Yeah, just kind of drifted in, and Travis tried to get out of the way. Actually, it almost looked like it hit him in the handle. Maybe it hit his hand on the way by. It's always hard to see those. I go off of the reaction. The Dodgers are challenging it. Travis is looking around, darting his eyes around. He almost looked like the cat that ate the canary. The question would be, did it hit his... See, from the replay, and they keep showing the bad replay, the one from the side. They need to show the one head on. From the replay, it looks like... Now, Travis keeps touching his right hand. His left hand, which is the one. Let me see here. If it hit him and hit him in the finger, and that's the hard part when you're talking about dark gloves, a dark wooden bat. That side view is showing nothing. I don't know why they keep showing that side view, because you're just not going to be able to tell anything from that side view. The front view is where you see it. The illusion is almost like it might have hit the handle, the bottom of the bat handle first. But, I mean, you're going to have definitive evidence. And like I said, the knuckleheads in the production booth keep showing the side angle. You're not seeing anything from the side angle. That is like the equivalent of trying to see if a ball was a home run or not, and you keep showing behind home plate. Here comes the call. They're going to say it's a foul ball and that it hit Travis d'Arnaud's handle. So that's honestly, that's what it looks like if you can't see, if you're listening on radio. And I don't know if Travis d'Arnaud was trying to sell it because he knew it hadn't hit him. But if that's the case, then they should have given him the base just because it was a hell of an acting job, because he kept rubbing his hand during the replay. Well, the 0-2 pitch to Travis is swung on and swatted foul down the third base line. Do it again. 0-2 the count. Righty. Kelly lifts his red glove, comes set, kicks and fires. Swung on, that ball is laced over to Freddie. He slides, flips it to Joe, covering the bag, and it is a 3-1 put out. Freeman to Kelly. They'll get Travis by about a step or so, one away. So what could have been a good beginning to the inning instead is a ground ball out. That hop took a weird bounce. It ate up Freeman. Good job by him to keep that ball from not getting away. So that'll bring Michael Harris the second to the plate. He takes a swing at the first pitch, 99 right down the pipe, swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Top of the seventh. Two to 1 LA. The 0-1 swung on and chopped foul. It's 0-2. Michael's been scuffling a little bit, and what I've seen from him during this is he is swinging early and often and pulling everything. Rolling over most pitches, just grounding them out. You like to see him go the other way with a couple. The 0-2 pitch, swung on, fouled straight back. So they've gone. It's an 0-2 count on Michael. One down. Nobody on. Kelly comes set the pitch. Swing and fouls it straight back, 99 miles an hour. Man, Joe Kelly can still bring it. Joe Kelly, 35 years old. Man, I could have swore he was about 45, 50. He's been in the league a while. The 0-2 pitch, swung on, chopped foul again. We'll do it again. He was drafted by the Cardinals in 2009 and made his debut with the Cardinals in 2012. He was on that 2013 World Series team. Then he was with the Red Sox as the 0-2 pitch is in the dirt. 1-2. I guess that's why it feels like he's been around forever, because he was in the postseason so much. It was St. Louis and Boston with all those playoff teams and World Series appearances in 2012 all the way to 2018. Is the 1-2 pitch swung on, chopped over to short. Mookie's got it, flips it to first. Easy 6-3 put out, 2 away. And then he ended up with the Dodgers in 2019 and was with the White Sox for about a year and a half, and then was traded back to L.A. last year at the deadline. Signed back on with L.A. this year. Orlando Arcia will come to the plate. Braves trail 2-1. It feels like more helpless than it is. One swing would tie this game. First pitch is a sinker up top, fisted foul and out of play. It's 0-1. Standing on deck is Kelnick. The 0-1 from Kelly. Comes set. Lets her fly. Down and in. 100 miles an hour. 1-1. So 1-1. Righty, pitch on the way, swung on, chopped over to short, and that'll end it. Mookie, a 6-3 put out, and the Braves go quietly once again. It is 7th inning stretch here. Braves trail 2-1.
All right, I can't see you. Let me hear you. All right, we are to the ball. We are to the find me some peanuts.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Aaron Bummer is the pitcher. First pitch is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 swung on, foul down towards the third base dugout, 1-1. Andy Page is the right fielder, 1 for 2 with a single in the fourth. Batting .298. The 1-1, lefty-righty, pitch on the way. Sweeper misses wide. 2-1. Two lefties due up after this. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, and that ball's chopped foul down the line. Do it again. Braves 1, Los Angeles 2. Bottom of the 7th inning. Game where you expected a lot of fireworks. Instead, you got a pitcher's duel. The 2-2 swung on. That ball is lifted into left field, and that's going to get down for a base hit right in front of Kelnick. It's going to be a leadoff single. Page just thought about turning left, heading to second, but he would have been gunned down for sure. So 1 on, nobody out. And they are going to pinch hit with Kike Hernandez for James Outman. So lefty-righty matchup, pitch on the way. Right there for a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Bummer brings it. Ball is swatted foul towards the third base dugout. 0-2. You'd love to get a double play. If you can get a double play here or the next, you'd put off facing the top of the order to the 8th. Runner on first, nobody out. The 0-2 pitch. Down below the knees, sinker. 1-2. Been an absolute pitcher's duel tonight. Opportunities lost by the Braves early in the game when they had Stone on the ropes. The 1-2. Caught, looking, strike 3. Dotted the edge right there at the bottom of the corner. Kike didn't like it, but it definitely looked like he hit his mark. 1 away. Just kind of flipped that sweeper in there, and it just smacked the edge of the zone. Any way you look at it, with 2 strikes, you can't take that pitch. These batters nowadays, I've noticed it more and more, and I think it's because of the pitch comm and the pitch track and everything else that shows where pitches are and aren't strikes. They've gotten out of the routine of defending the plate when they have 2 strikes. First pitch on the way to Rojas is right there, down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. You've got 2 strikes on you. You got to be more defensive. You can't just hope you're going to get the call. You're not Tony Gwynn. The first pitch on the 1-0 pitch on the way, swung on, grounded over to short, and that's what the doctor ordered. We just talked about that. It's going to be a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. Braves will grab the bats. We head to the top of the 8th, trailing by 1.
You know, the only people that ever remember all of those holidays and weekends that you worked for your company is your actual family, not your work family. That boss that calls you family, that got a goldfish brain. You can't remember it.
Hey.
No, stop. Don't do that.
Hey, no, I gotta say something. Hey, I don't know whose kid this is over here in the produce section, but it's breaking up all the eggs, and I gotta clean this up. I'm about to drop kick his so I advise you to come get him.
Y'all, Netflix and Hulu got one more time to raise their prices before I go dust off that DVD player that's been sitting in the garage.
Fenway Park, this is not a park, this is a factory, and the brick facade and everything and the little red door on Yawkey Way was called Jersey Street back then. And then you walk through the gates and you come through that little tunnel, and then all of a sudden you see the green of the seats, the green of the wall, the green of the field, and the little dirt cut out, and the proximity of the foul line to the stands, and just the closeness of the bullpens to the crowd, and it's like you go down all of a sudden on one knee and you bless yourself and you go, thank God for making me a ball player, because it's heaven.
As a game, I think it's the most interesting game. The units of measure are easy to deal with. The connection to history is plain. You say to an avid basketball fan, what's Kareem's final point total? And what was Wilt's when Kareem passed it? What's Peyton's final yardage total? What was Jim Brown's when Peyton passed it? Even the avid football or basketball fan doesn't know, but the casual baseball fan knows all of these landmarks of history, of individual achievements, of twists and turns in the game's history. 1947 means Jackie Robinson. 1961 means Roger Maris. 1969 means Men Walked on the Moon.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. If you're just joining us, quick recap in the game. Braves' one run was by Austin Riley's solo shot way back in the first inning. Ron Acuna Jr. had just been picked off, so that's the difference in the game. But Jared Kelenic gunned down the runner at the plate in the third, to keep it a 1-1 game. First pitch on the way to Jared is a 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Daniel Hudson, who enters the game. The right-hander misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Hudson, 3.21 ERA in 14 innings. The 1-0 misses outside wide, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. And that throw by Kelenic, I'm sure you'll see it over and over on social media. That was a special throw. You don't see that from left fielders very often, the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss up top, 95 miles an hour, 2-1. LA 2, Atlanta 1, top 8. For any of you basketball fans, the Magic and Cavaliers are heading to a Game 7. Orlando beat Cleveland. So that, I believe that'll be Sunday afternoon. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 96 right down the pipe, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. And it looks like Dallas is going to knock out the Clippers. They're up by 20 with about 6 minutes left. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on. Swap foul back behind home plate. 95 just got a piece to stay alive. Two-two count. Kelenic trying to find any way to get on, get it rolling with Acuna standing on deck. The pitch. Outside high. Swung on and slapped foul again. Hit the out-of-town scoreboard real quick. Philly beat San Fran. Tampa Bay beat the Mets. Baltimore over Cincinnati, the 2-2. Way outside wide ball, 3-2. Houston, 5-3 over Houston. These are all finals. Minnesota, 5-2 over Boston. St. Louis blanked the White Sox 3-0. The payoff pitch. Swung on, that ball is slapped over towards third, and Muncy fires it over to first. A dying quail will land into the glove of Freeman just before Kelenic hits the bag, one away. Muncy's had some issues there defensively this year. I was hoping that ball may get away, but good play by Freeman to keep it where it was. San Diego leads Arizona 7-1. They're heading to the 9th. Earlier today, Milwaukee 3-1 over Chicago. First pitch to Ronald Acuna Jr. is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. Colorado came back and beat Pittsburgh 3-2. Washington 9-3 over Toronto. That's a final. Yankees walk off the Tigers 2-1. Really good pitching effort by Reese Olson. As the 0-1's down and in 1-1. Olsen, if you remember, he had his major league debut last summer against the Braves with the Tigers, and he's from right outside the Atlanta area. The 1-1, down and in 2-1. Angels 6-0 winners over the Guardians. Kansas City 7-1 final over Texas. Oakland 3-1 over Miami. And that's your out-of-town scoreboard. The 2-1 pitch. Right there for a strike slider. Outer edge, 2-2. So a 2-2 count to Acuna. He'll take a quick moment to step out the box and readjust his gloves. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Love to get him on and get something going here. The 2-2 pitch. Rocks and fires down and away. Ball 3, 3-2. Fourteenth pitch of the inning for Hudson. The payoff pitch. Swing, and that ball's belted high and deep. Going back on the track. Is it gone? Zip, boom, bam, it is gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a solo shot, and your Atlanta Braves 2, Dodgers 2, 375 happy feet off the bat of Acuna Matata. Acuna Matata, a wonderful phrase. Acuna Matata. frittata, no worries for the rest of your days. First pitch to Ozzie Albies outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 to Ozzie, swing and a miss over the top. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Righty, lefty, open stance from the left side. The pitch on the way. Up high. Missed the zone, but they gave him the call. Ozzie doesn't like it. Can't say I blame him. 1-2. All in all, I'd have to say Nestor Sage has called a pretty good game. Considering some of the other junk we've seen the last couple of weeks, I'll take what Sage has given us. The 1-2. Down and in. They're going to check down the line. He did not go 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Pitch on the way to Ozzie, down and in. Did he go around? He did not. Ball 3-2. Not to tell you your business, John, but you know you can pause either one and get them synced up. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's lifted high and deep down the right field line, but bending, foul and out of play. He hooked that one, put a charge into it. The left-hander Alex Vesia is warming up in the pen. The 3-2 pitch, swung on, pops it up. Can of corn, easy out for Smith. He'll make the catch just down the third base line, 2 down. So I'd say Vesia is going to be brought on if Riley gets on. You'd think Hudson would get a chance to pitch to Riley, and then if he loses him, you'd end up with Olsen on deck. The first pitch on the way to Riley is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Slider out the edge. 1-1. If you missed it earlier, the Marlins traded second baseman Luis Arias to the Padres for outfielder Dylan Head, outfielder Jacob Marcy, and right-handed pitchers, the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss over the top, 1-2. Woo Suck Go. What a name. And first baseman Nathan Martorella. 1-2 in the dirt. Bounce high and out, way back behind home plate. We'll do it again, 2-2. So essentially the Marlins picked up a lot of prospects. I am really pulling for this Woo Suck Go to make it to the majors. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Outside wide, ball 3, fastball misses. Woo Suck Go. man, can the Braves make a trade for this guy? I would love to be calling Woo Suck Go coming out of the pen every night. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase the slider well off the plate and into the dirt. That'll end the inning. But not before Ronald Acuna Jr.'s bat woke up. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th, tied at 2 apiece.
It's not that I hold grudges. It's that I saw who you really are. And ew. Ugh. No, thank you. Barf. Ugh. Yuck.
You do not have to accept her rejection.
Huh. That's an odd start. Let's see where it goes.
I'm a professional dating coach, and I teach guys how to understand the female mind.
Ah. Uh-huh. Professional seems crazy. Dating seems unlikely. And coach? I wouldn't trust you with your best-looking cousin, let alone a T-ball team. But I digress.
Here's an example. I was talking to a girl,
Unlikely. Sorry, keep going.
and she said, "Oh, I'm not really interested."
Oh, that makes more
sense. And instead of just going, "Okay," and then just turning away, I did this. Why would you not be interested in me? I'm the best.
At what? Knots? I don't know what your name is, but for the sake of the video, we're just going to call you Silas.
And she's like, "Oh, how?" I'm like, "Well, you'd have to come over to my house to find out."
Don't go. You already know how to put the lotion on the skin.
I just played into her little game.
Yeah, a woman's no is never won game of the year. Because it's not a game, you dork.
You want to know what I did with her later?
Wore her skin, I'd imagine. And there's no more seconds after that. That's how he decided to end the video. So that guy can get Have a good day. Goodbye.
In 1968, the New York Mets had wound up in 9th place, a record that would have been an embarrassment for some teams, but represented only the second time the Mets had soared so high. When the 1969 season opened, the odds against their winning the pennant were 100-1. And true to form, they dropped 7 of their first 10 games.
So the Mets are 1 out away from their impossible dream.
They won 38 of their last 49 games, take the Eastern Division title by 8 games.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball, your Atlanta Braves. Head to the bottom of the 8th, and here comes A.J. Minter. Minter, first pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball called for a low strike to Mookie Betts. He doesn't like it. It's 0-1. Can't say I blame Mookie on that one. Can't say I'm losing any sleep over it. The 0-1 pitch. Down and in. 1-1. Minter will be called upon to somehow get Betts out and then face the left-handed bats of Ohtani and Freeman. The 1-1 from AJ, kicks and fires. 87 misses high, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Betts 0 for 3 with a fly out and 2 ground outs, but always dangerous. The 2-1 pitch. Nowhere near the zone. 3-1. Little surprised we didn't see Joe Jimenez, but they may have different plans. The 3-1 pitch on the way. Swing and pops it up. That's going to bend back out of play. 3-2. I guess in a perfect world, you would have Joe Jimenez in the 9th, assuming we don't get the lead. The 3-2 pitch on the way from AJ, kicks and fires, swing and fires it straight back, slaps up against the screen. We'll do it again, full count. No, Bummer's already out of the game. Bummer actually came in and pitched a pretty good inning. His name is fitting, though, isn't it? The 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung on. He lifted high down the right field line. Will it stay in play? It will. And Ronald Acuna Jr. will catch it right there on the foul line. 1 away. How fun would that be to have a Woo-Suck Go and a Bummer in the same bullpen? They could be your mop-up guys. So that'll bring Shohei Ohtani to the plate. Doesn't get any easier for AJ here. Lefty, lefty. AJ kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Cutter off the edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. AJ lifts the glove. Travis set up outside. Tried to get him to chase that cutter again. 1-1. So a 1-1. Fastball right there at the knees on the outer edge. 95 miles an hour. And you couldn't paint that much better. Didn't get the call. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Minter fires it. Misses outside again. Ball 3-1. Shohei Ohtani is 1 for 2 lifetime against Minter. It was a single that he got. The 3-1 delivery. Ball 4. He was absolutely not willing to come in and challenge Ohtani whatsoever. Every one of those pitches was outside. That'll bring Freddie Freeman to the plate. Freddie Freeman takes a swing and a miss at the cutter off the edge. It's 0-1. Freeman is 0 for 3 lifetime versus A.J. Minter with 2 strikeouts. The 0-1, you'd love a double play here. They set up outside wide. Swung on, lifted high into right field, going back. Coming in, and he'll make the catch as Acuna. Long, deep ball, but it died just before the warning track 2 away. Freddie got underneath that, gave it a ride, just didn't get enough oomph underneath it. So 2 down, and Will Smith will be the batter, and it looks like they will let AJ stay in there. Think if this is like a playoff game, you're going and getting Jimenez. Minter fires the ball over there to first. Shohei Ohtani covered his head. I think he thought he almost got hit by that and had a weird look on his face. Olsen kind of a wry grin when he looked back at Ohtani after his reaction. The first pitch on the way to Smith is swung on. It's swatted back foul straight up against the screen. It's 0-1. Time you see those guys miss like that where it goes straight back, you know they almost got it. Will Smith is 1 for 5 with the home run against A.J. Minter lifetime. Minter goes to pick off Ohtani. He had him picked off, and Matt Olson drops the damn ball. Are you kidding me? They had Ohtani picked off dead to rights. All Olsen had to do was catch it and flip it over to second, and they had him. And he couldn't get out of his glove. So, do you walk Will Smith here to go after the left-hander Muncy? Yep, that looks like that's what they're gonna do. Man, Olsen's had a bad couple of weeks of defense, and he's a pretty good defensive second baseman, but he's had some really bad plays, and that one right there was just dumbfounding. The first pitch on the way to Muncy is a four-seam fastball right there for a strike, kisses the black. It's 0-1. Max Muncy is 3 for 7 lifetime against A.J. Minter. He's got a home run to boot. Does have a strikeout. The 0-1 pitch. Four-seam off the plate wide. 1-1. A 1-1 count. Lefty-lefty. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. The pitch from AJ. Right there at the knees for a strike, 94 miles an hour, 1-2. So now this is typically where he gets in front of that left-hander with 2 strikes. He normally likes to get them to chase with the cutter. Of course, Muncy knows that as well. The 1-2. Minter spins around, chases Ohtani back to the bag. You got a 1-2 count. Runners on first and second. 2-2 your score. Bottom of the eighth, 2 outs. The pitch. Outside wide, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Nowhere near the zone, 2-2. Deuces wild here in the bottom of the eighth. It's 2-2. 2 on, 2 out. A 2-2 pitch. Minter raises the glove and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the cheese on the outside part of the plate, and that'll end the inning. We'll grab the bats. Olson will lead us off with Ozuna following him as we head to the top of the 9th inning in a tie ball game.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Darryl Strawberry has gone out to get some sunglasses, so the sun has poked through the clouds here at Wrigley, much to the delight of the fans.
There's a lot of daughters here, too. It measures just 9 inches in circumference, weighs only about 5 ounces, and is made of cork wound with woolen yarn, covered with 2 layers of cowhide, and stitched by hand precisely 216 times. It travels 60 feet 6 inches from the pitcher's mound to home, and it can cover that distance at nearly 100 miles an hour. Along the way, it can be made to twist, spin, curve, wobble, rise, or fall away. The bat is made of turned ash, less than 42 inches long, not more than 2 3/4 inches in diameter. The batter has only a few thousandths of a second to decide to hit the ball. And yet the men who fail 7 times out of 10 are considered the game's greatest heroes.
Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back to Braves Country Radio. Your Atlanta Braves. Tied up at 2 apiece, top of the 9th inning. First pitch on the way from Evan Phillips, the closer for the Dodgers. This is outside wide for now they're going to call that a wide strike. All right, it's 0-1. A little off the edge. The 0-1 to Olson. Way high out of the zone, 97 miles an hour. It's 1-1. Matt Olson 0 for 3, a ground out, a strikeout, a pop out. Righty-lefty matchup. Phillips comes set, kicks and fires, swing, and fouls that back 97 miles an hour. Top kitchen. So a 1-2 count. Nobody on, top of the 9th inning, nobody out. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and knocked back foul. Well behind the backstop. About 20 rows deep. We'll do it again, 1-2. Olson, Ozuna. Travis d'Arnaud due up. The 1-2 pitch on the way. High and out of the zone, 2-2. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Matt Olson is absolutely due. He belted one, if you're just joining us, he belted one deep down the right field line earlier in the game. Just could not keep it fair. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on. Baltimore chopper high over to short. But Mookie's going to have plenty of time. The throw, here it comes. It drags Freddie off the base, but he barely keeps his toe on to get Olsen on a 6-3 putout. He had a lot of time. I don't know why he really forced that play. That Freddie barely dragged that toe. Olsen not the fleetest of runners. So 1 down. Marcell Ozuna comes to the plate. He'll take the first pitch. Calling it a sweeper, really has more slider action. Kisses the black on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Braves have Jimenez and Iglesias warming up. The 0-1 pitch swung on, belted high and deep. Going back on the track. At the very back of the warning track for a loud out, number 2, F8 in your scorecard. 2 long hit balls tonight by Ozuna. One died in the corner in left field. This one into left center. So 2 down. That catch, by the way, first pitch on the way to Travis d'Arnaud, swing and a miss, strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on and missed at the top of the zone. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Righty. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Man, Travis d'Arnaud looked lost on that at bat. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Dodgers, bottom of the order, due up.
Max, a woman in my section wants to know if we do anything gluten-free. What do I tell her? Tell her she's not allergic to gluten. She's just masking an eating disorder.
1 out, nobody on. 2-2 count to Pete Rose. We've just started a wet day in Baltimore. There's a fly ball down the right field line. Tough chance. It's in for a base hit. Rose is coming for 2. It gets away from Robinson. Rose hit the dirt. And had he rounded the bag, he might have gone for 3. He thought it would be a play on him at second.
Cincinnati's Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose, and this is the way Rose plays the game. Just 150% each and every time, whether the ball is there or not.
This helpful instructional message from the National Association of People Who Have Trouble Walking and Chewing Gum at the same time. Step, chew. Step, chew. Step, chew. Step, chew.
You're going to agitate the bees. Well, I'm fine with the bees. It's the honey I don't want to agitate. Is that your end game here, honey? Yeah, I figure we keep the hive in the basement, we'll always have honey. We'll always have bees is what we'll always have. Wow! What? I think I just saw a wasp.
I think that was a wasp.
Did you see that? It looked like a wasp, right?
Is this a wasp nest?
This is a wasp nest. I'm out!
Right.
I'm out!
Yeah. I don't want to tangle with a bunch of wasps.
Hey! Do wasps make honey?
No, wasps do not make honey.
All right, well, I'm going to check it out anyway. There could be something delicious in here that wasps do make, and I want that.
Walt Whitman. Brooklyn Eagle, 1846. In our sundown perambulations of late, through the outer parts of Brooklyn, we have observed several parties of youngsters playing base, a certain game of ball. Let us go forth a while and get better air in our lungs. Let us leave our close rooms. The game of ball is glorious.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio with Mac Magee, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Joe Jimenez will come on to face Teoscar Hernandez, who had a solo home run to give the Dodgers a 2-1 lead earlier in the ball game. Pages. The first pitch on the way is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Outside wide, misses 2-0. It'll be Hernandez, Pages, and Kike Hernandez. The 2-0 pitch to Teskar is right there for a strike. 93 miles an hour right there at the knees. It's 2-1. The 2-1 from JJ swung on and fouled straight back. It's 2-2. If the Braves can push it to the top of the 10th inning, Harris, Arcia, and Kelnick would be due up. The 2-2. Caught looking, strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. That slider slid to the edge of the plate. One away. Hernandez is arguing with home plate umpire Nestor Seja, and I'm a little surprised Seja didn't toss him. You can't argue balls and strikes, and you damn sure can't argue them that vehemently. So Seja letting him say his piece, but they didn't look like that pitch hit. In fact, I'm looking at the Dodgers pitch track on their feed, and it's showing a strike as well. So it's not home cooking wearing Braves colored glasses over here. The 1-0 pitch swung on, and that ball's going to get dropped into center field down for a base hit. And Alan Pages is now 3 for 4 on the night. So 1 on, 1 out. Righty on the way. Pitch on the way to Kike Hernandez. He'll have a seat as the pitch busted him back. He had to bend out of the way, 1-0. Looked like the slider didn't slide away. It slid in. And Kike knifed back to stay away from it, and it landed on his wallet. The 1-0 from Jimenez. Swung on, pops it up, let stay in play. Chasing back behind home plate. Travis d'Arnaud gives chase. It will run out of room. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. 1 on, 1 out. The pitch. Swing, and that ball's hammered down the left field line, but foul. Out of play. Braves, Dodgers, 2-2. Bottom of the 9th. Jimenez turns around and flips it over to first. Keep Pages close by. He's creeping close by there. The 1-2 count. Righty, pitch on the way. Swung on, just got a piece of it, 1-2. Atlanta Braves with the best record in baseball, facing the LA Dodgers, who are just tied with the same amount of wins, but 4 more losses in Atlanta, so their winning percentage is much lower. The Phillies would get a half-game lead on Atlanta if the Dodgers won this one. The 1-2 pitch swung on, hit high and deep into left field. Underneath it is Kelnick. He'll flip it into the infield. 2 away. Excuse me. But the Braves would still be 1 game in front of the Phillies in the loss column. And I don't have the numbers in front of me, but the percentage, the winning percentage would be right there neck and neck. It wouldn't be, whoever would have the lead wouldn't have it by much. think the Braves would still technically be ahead, but it wouldn't be by much. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball to Rojas, the number 9 hitter. Just misses the outside cut for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Runner on first. 2 outs. The pitch on the way. Swing and pops it up. Will it stay in play? D'Arnaud gives chase. Bends back deep into the stands behind the third base dugout. 1-1. All that foul territory in this inning, there have been some balls that look like they're not going to carry very far, and they're deep into the stands. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, lifted high, into left field, converging on it is Kelenic and Harris, who wants it. J.K. will make the catch, and the kid puts it away. We'll head to free baseball. Harris, RC, and Kelenic, and we'll probably get a pinch runner for Mr. D'Arnaud.
Lose some weight.
Oh, come on, Quigley. Will you don't give me that.
Look at me, 92, and I still enjoy swimming and golfing and biking, all sports.
Whoopee.
That too.
Come on, after all at your age, must be down to a handshake, huh?
Yep, before and after.
Look at that. The Hendersons are getting a new fence.
Ah, who cares? They're swingers.
I want a new fence.
Need a home loan fast? At the American Bank of Los Santos, we'll help you get the debt you need to make life easier. We'll show you how to look richer and be poorer. You need to impress people fast, not in 20 years. It's only a risk if you get into money troubles or the economy changes. Call American Bank of Los Santos. Now that the kids have moved out and have drug problems of their own, maybe it's time to install a luxury marble wet bar. American Bank of Los Santos. Why worry about tomorrow if you look inadequate today?
I love football. Who's your favorite player? I like them all. I like Aaron Rodgers. Never heard of him. He was the quarterback for the Jets. So is Aaron Rodgers. He tore his Achilles. So did Aaron Rodgers. Who else do you like? I like TJ Watt. What? Whatever. I also like Christopher McCaffrey. Christian. Really? Me too. I turned my life over to the Lord back in 2015.
Memorize this one. What if God ruined your plans so that your plans wouldn't ruin you?
That's so interesting that it would come out 90 feet. That somebody sat down, Mr. Cartwright or whoever, and said, hey, it ought to be 90 feet. It just sounded like a logical number. The fact of the matter is, in retrospect, if it were 88 feet, the game would be very different. Think of the plays at first base. Think of the double plays that wouldn't be completed on an 88-foot first base and second base. If it were 94 feet, we'd be throwing people out all over the place. Batting averages would drop remarkably. So if 90 feet was something somebody said, hey, that's a good number, that was a pick from heaven.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves, LA Dodgers, knotted up at 2, heading to the 10th. Michael Harris II will be the batter. And we are getting a pinch run. I figure we would. Luke Williams will run for Travis d'Arnaud. He stands at second base, the ghost runner. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris is a swing and a miss strike. Fastball blew it right by him, 0-1. Harris has looked absolutely lost up there the past, 5 days or so. Just in a little bit of a funk. He needs a broken bat, anything to get him out of it. The 0-1 pitch, swung on, lifted high, down the left field line, drifting back on the track, making the catch. Kike fires it into the infield, and Luke Williams will take off, and he is safe, baby, safe. Good job by Harris to get the ball deep enough, and great job by Luke Williams to bust it from second to third with the go-ahead run now 90 feet away, and the Dodgers will have to pull in the infield. Pretty good throw by Kike Hernandez, too, by the way. Now, he's a shortstop, so he's got a gun. And I'm just realizing, Max Muncy, that ball just handcuffed him. Orlando Arciel will come in. Infield in. Williams at third, 1 out. The first pitch on the way. Slider right there at the Knees for a strike. It's 0-1. 84 miles an hour just above the kneecaps. All RC has got to do is lift the ball to the outfield. Williams will score. The 0-1 pitch. Down and in. 1-1. Standing on deck is Kelnick. You would think probably Adam Duvall would come on to pinch hit. The 1-1 to Arcia. Swing! Pops it back. Foul. Bends out of play into the stands, thankfully, 1-2. That looked like one of those ones that could turn into a can of corn in foul territory. So a 1-2 count to Orlando. Once again, doesn't have to do anything special. Just get the ball over the head of the infield. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball come on high. Swung on. Belted high and deep. Will it stay in play? It should. And the catch is made by Kike Hernandez. He is going to hose it home. And I'll tell you what, he airmailed it. The Braves score. That was an impressive throw by Kike. My God. He was standing in downtown Los Angeles and sailed that sucker all the way to the Golden Gate Bridge. What was the guy's name? Cespedes. Remember Cespedes made that throw from deep in left field? So the Braves lead at 3-2. Now the bases are clear. So Adam Duvall will be the pinch hitter. If he were to get on the Braves would flip the lineup over. And the 1 run isn't necessarily the end all that beats all, because the last thing you want to do is just rest on that 1 run when they're going to have a ghost runner themselves. The first pitch on the way to Duvall's down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lefty, righty. Pitch on the way. Swing and swats it back. Foul. 4-seam fastball. 93 on the edge. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Lefty, righty. Vesia brings it. Swung on, chop foul down the third base line. We'll do it again. Braves 3, Dodgers 2, top of the 10th. But once again, the Dodgers will have the ghost runner as well. So it's not an automatic this 1 run's going to hold up. Dodgers infield is playing back and on the shift. The 1-2 to Duvall. Down and in. Good take by Adam. 2-2. Yeah, how difficult that's got to be for Adam Duvall to sit on the bench for days at a time and then come up in a big spot like this. Especially a guy who his whole career pretty routinely played every day. It's just a different mindset. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew it right by him. 92 miles an hour up top, and that'll end the inning. But when we come back, they'll have the ghost runner and the murderer's row. Betts, Ohtani, and Freddie coming to the plate.
You don't like Drake? How could you not like Drake?
Who's Drake? Who's Drake?
Drake is good.
I told you the Drake was bad. I hate the Drake.
Now I want to ask you about, wouldn't you rather have this name spelled G-O-O-S-H, the phonetic spelling, rather than all the S's, W's, and Z's?
Gives him some character, though.
G-W-O-S-D-Z is the spelling, but it's pronounced Goosh.
Well, his nickname is iChart, and you can understand that. It's about 72 points on the Scrabble board.
Well, then he ought to make a great umpire when he retires as a player. Pitch a bit low. Goosh, he's been around. I remember that name with other teams. He's been with Walla Walla, Reno, Amarillo, Hawaii, and San Diego. That evens a counter ball and a strike.
Did you go to many games in Walla Walla?
I like the name of it. It's one of my favorite towns. Do you know what Walla Walla spelled backwards sounds like? Allah, Allah. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't. I learn something every day working with you.
How'd we get started on this silly stuff?
You just robbed a house. You have all this great stuff that now belongs to you, but you got this annoying pang of guilt nagging at you. Well, worry no more, because your friends at Cell Block Greeting Cards have the answer for you. Introducing our new line of petty crime thank you cards. Before you smash and grab one of our cards and leave it behind on your next heist. Choose from any of these fine heartfelt cards like,
thank you for the plasma TV.
Or,
thanks for the PlayStation, alcohol, and penny jar.
And,
don't use your toothbrush.
For a limited time, introducing,
I'm still in the house.
And many more sentimental petty crime thank you cards. Available at any back alley, shadowy parking lot, or
armchair.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Chadwick Tromp comes into the game to catch, and Raciel Iglesias, eyeglasses, is on to try to save the game. Mookie Betts will lead it off. First pitch on the way is swung on and popped up foul back out of play. It's 0-1. Iglesias has allowed one hit to Mookie Betts. He's 1 for 4 lifetime. The first pitch on the 0-1 pitch on the way, swung on, popped up high in the sky. Make it 1 for 5. It's going to be F9 into the glove of Ronald Acuna Jr. One away. Chris Taylor is the ghost runner, so he stands on second. That'll bring up Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani, Iglesias used to be teammates. Ohtani's 1 for 2 lifetime against him. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss, changeup off the edge. It's 0-1. 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Doesn't appear it was an extra base hit, so it looks like it was a single. That's all he would need to tie the game. The 0-1 right there for a strike. Got him with the changeup. Kisses the black on the outer edge. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Kicks and deals. Try to get chase that changeup down and away. Missed. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Righty, lefty pitch, swing, and that ball is shot back up the middle. That is going to tie the game. That ball went right past the head, the glove of Iglesias, and a diving attempt by Orlando Arcia just went under the glove, and it's 3-3 here in the bottom of the 10th. He reached out and got that ball. It was fading away from him, just poked it. Iglesias was coming through his follow-through on his motion and could not get his glove up in time, just whistled by his ear. And Arcia did all he could to dive over there to make the play, but just past his glove. We're all tied up at 3-3. That'll bring Freddie Freeman to the plate. Freeman stands in. 1 for 4 on the day. The first pitch on the way, four-seam fastball down and in. It's 1-0. Freddie Freeman is 0 for 3 lifetime, but he does have 3 walks against Iglesias. The 1-0, down and away, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Iglesias does have the 1 strikeout against Freddie. The 2-0 pitch swung on, hammered, foul down the first base line, 2-1. Freeman, 831 OPS. Righty lefty, the pitch on the way. Swing and lifted high down the left field line. Should be playable. Making the catch is Duvall. He'll fire it into the infield, and the throw is on the money. Ohtani was tagging up and thinking about heading to second, but he retreated back when Duvall bought an absolute bean. Ohtani was looking to swipe that base. I think he was thinking Duvall would be asleep on the play, but Duvall absolutely smoked it. Ohtani had to hurry back because he almost about to get doubled up. Ozzie was ready to fire it to first. First pitch on the way to Will Smith is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Braves 3, Dodgers 3, bottom 10. Free baseball. The 1-0 pitch. Swing, and that ball's hit high. Can of corn. Just past the second base side. Ozzie will make the catch. It snow cones out of his glove, but he holds on, and that'll end the inning. Well, the Dodgers tie it up. We'll head to the top of the 11th, the top of the order, due up for your Atlanta Braves.
Oh, it is a good makeup day. And it looks like a good hair day because you can't see the grease under the hat. Pro tip.
Slide here is your X. But if that's the call, Mike, Will, and Sam all have to know they're shifting. Open palms to post, thumbs ups to crosser, thumbs downs and out. Trevor, why don't you get up here and draw that for us?
Playing in the NFL is hard, but playing
Armchair.
fantasy football is easy.
Fantasy football time.
You won't let me draft the players I want to play. It's fantasy football, so the Hulk should be able to be on the team.
You go 14 times and only win 1 time. It leaves a little sting. But I've said this. I know it's going to sound weird, but I've said this. If I had to go back to the future and know what the results were going to be and trade with the Marlins, who won twice and only went twice, I wouldn't do it. At the 14 times, still thinking that maybe fate might change. Going 14 years in a row is pretty incredible.
Armchair.
It is played everywhere. In parks and playgrounds and prison yards, in back alleys and farmers' fields, by small boys and old men, raw amateurs and millionaire professionals. It is a leisurely game that demands blinding speed. The only game in which the defense has the ball. It follows the seasons, beginning each year with the fond expectancy of springtime and ending with the hard facts of autumn. Americans have played baseball for more than 200 years. While they conquered a continent, warred with one another and with enemies abroad, struggled over labor and civil rights and the meaning of freedom.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio with Mac Magee, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Those of y'all still awake, if you could hit that like button, it's good to see y'all still in here. First pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna Jr. is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Michael Grove comes on, 6.50 ERA, 23 strikeouts, 18 innings. The 1-0 swing and fouls it straight back. It's 1-1. Adam Duvall is your ghost runner. So that is a advantage there to have Duvall as the ghost runner. The 1-1. Righty pitch on the way. High and out of the zone, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Just grabs the outer edge. Slider up high, 2-2. Dodgers infield is playing back and on the shift. A 2-2 count. Acuna at the plate. Ozzie on deck. The pitch. In the dirt. Good block by... Is that still Smith in there? A lot of times it's still Will Smith back behind the plate. Usually they'll pull the catcher in these late games, especially in the regular season like this, but they've left Smith in there. The 3-2 pitch, swing and pops it up. That's going to be a nothing burger over to the glove of Mookie Betts just behind second base, 1 away. Unproductive out by Acuna. Now Duvall's got to try to find a way to get over to third, or Ozzie get him through with the base hit. Dodgers playing Ozzie to pull. Open stance from the left side. The pitch. Down and in, it's 1-0. So a 1-0 count. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, 95 out wide, 1-1. Braves 3, Dodgers 3, top of the 11th. The pitch. Inside, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Righty, lefty, Duvall leaning off of first. Mookie sneaking behind in the pitch. Swung on and chopped foul into his instep. It's 2-2. We are just about to hit the stroke of 1 a.m. Eastern time. 10 p.m. out west. This game started at 10:10. So even though we're in the 11th inning, we're not quite on 3 hours yet. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Ozzie. Kicks and fires. Inside. Ball 3, 3-2. Full count to Ozzie. Standing on deck, Austin Riley. The payoff pitch to Ozzie. Duvall leaning off a second. The payoff. Swing, and that ball's hit hard on the ground. It's going to be played by Lux. He flips it over to first. A 4-3 put out. Duvall heads down to third, but there are 2 away. That's what you needed from Acuna. Something shot over to the left side or right side of the infield, depending on how you're looking at it. So you got 2 down. Duvall stands on third. The pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's belted down the right field line, but foul. Out of play. It's 0-1. You'd love a wild pitch here. A balk, an error, anything to get the runner home. We'd take a 2-run blast as well. Jesse Chavez looks warm in the Braves bullpen. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Speaking of that wild pitch, almost got it there. 1-1. Smith, pretty slick fielding catcher. It's going to be hard to get one past his wicket. So a 1-1 count. Austin Riley 2 for 4, a single, a solo home run. 449-foot bomb in the first inning. The 1-1 pitch swung on, grounded over to third. Should be easy play. Muncy, though, fires it over to first, and he does make the play. It is a 5-3 put out to end the inning. Braves leave the runner stranded at third. We'll be back in a flash, bottom of the 11th.
I had a first date
planned for Friday. I showered. I did my hair. I looked good. And then I sat in a restaurant for a half hour waiting for him, and he never showed up. He then called me 2 hours later to let me know that his dad was in the hospital. And then he called me after that to tell me that his dad wasn't actually in the hospital and that he lied. He then proceeded to leave me about 5 or 6 additional voicemails.
It's been an hour, and I haven't really heard from you, which I don't think is very cool. I talked to my friends, and they said I should have heard something from you by now. Super honest with you, and I just don't think that it's fair that you're not calling me back. It's not cool, you know.
Not cool.
I'm starting to rethink things, and I don't know. If I don't hear from you in the next 30 minutes, I'm sorry. I just don't think it's going to work out.
I'm up. Biggest pick of the draft. 5th pick, 6th round. TJ Hoshimazode. Yes. Lock it up.
Who?
What? TJ, how's vanilla? All right. TJ, who's your mama?
Fantasy Rule 17. Know how to pronounce your draft picks.
You mean TJ Hushmanzada from the Bengals?
Put him on the board. Hoshimazole. Got it. Championship.
Fantasy football time.
Fans are on their feet, rooting for Jack Morris. And he takes a little walk, and you can understand it. He doesn't want to do anything in a hurry. A pitch away from a no-hitter. One pitch. He had a 2-2 to Lazinski, and then walked him. And he is 1-2 to Kittle. Got him swinging, and he has his no-hitter.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. So the question posed was thoughts on the Ghost Runner. I've gone back and forth on this, but essentially, as long as they don't ever bring it into postseason, I'm fine with it. I get why they do it. They're trying to prevent a 22-inning game that tears up a bullpen, tears up 2 bullpens. First pitch on the way from Jesse Chavez is down and away from a ball. It's 1-0. They walked Max Muncy to set up the force play because his run is meaningless. The 1-0 pitch, swatted foul down the line. It's 1-1. But I get why fans don't like it. They feel like it's a cheap win, and I get that part of it. But you're both playing with the same rules. So it's kind of like in other sports where there's the 1-1 pitch on the way, swung on, chopped foul down the third base line. It's 1-2. But what I really think you have to do when you know you've got this Ghost Runner rule, the Braves have not done great on taking advantage of the rule, meaning playing that smart small ball. Now they've done better since the first year they had the Ghost Runner. They were terrible at it, and they've gotten better. But you got to take advantage of the rule that's in play. The 1-2, high and out of the zone, 2-2. But I guess my point is we're all worried about these pitchers getting injured and putting the extra innings on the arms, et cetera, et cetera. It seems silly to play a 19-inning game. Curveball misses out and away. It's full count now. So Jesse Chavez is in danger of loading the bases with nobody out, which would mean you need a miracle to get out of it. The payoff pitch from Chavez, swung on, chopped over to first. Olsen's got it, fires it over to second. It's going to be a force play put out. 3-6 on the play. The Dodgers want to challenge it, but it did look like that Arcia got the out and then dropped the ball during the transfer. Oh, yeah. He got him out. He dropped the ball when he was transferring it from his glove, but he definitely secured the out. Well, that second look, I'm not 100% sure now. Looking at the back end of it, It looks like in slow motion he got the out and then dropped it on the transfer. I can see in real time where it looks a little closer, but it looks like to me that the ball was in the top webbing of his glove, not quite a snow cone, but damn near. He stepped on the bag, and then as he was pulling it out, it popped out. So you see it out, and then he goes to grab it out, and that's when he starts juggling it. And if they call it safe, then that just tells me that Blue wants to go home. That's what it tells me. They do call him out at second, so there you go. In real time, it looks like it could have juggled out of his hand, but if you see it slowed down from the right angle, you can see where the ball is hit, where the ball is secured in his glove, stepping on the bag, and then he drops it as he's trying to transfer it out. But now back to the game. Pages, who is 3 for 4, he's been the player of the game for the Dodgers so far. Runners on the corners, 1 out, righty-righty matchup. The first pitch on the way, in the dirt. 1-1. 1-0, excuse me. Kike Hernandez stands on deck. Rojas is in the hole. The Braves, oddly enough, are playing in. The 1-0. Swing and a miss outside wide. 1-1. I know Pages has pretty good speed, but in theory, you'd be better off double play defense. The 1-1. Swung on, pops it up. High in the sky, 1-2. You'd love a strikeout, but a pop out would do you just as good. Braves outfield is fairly shallow because you can't catch a deep one and expect to throw the runner out at home. The 1-2 pitch. Did he go around? They checked down the line. They said he didn't. 2-2. That was close. Oh, yeah, he went. They just showed the side of the right side, and he definitely crossed the plane. So a 2-2 count. Pitch on the way. Outside wide ball, 3-2. Trying to get him to chase the cutter. That pitch is so far off the plate, you're not going to get him to swing at that. Kike Hernandez stands on deck. The payoff pitch. Swung on, pops it up. Will it stay in play? It will not. Bend back foul behind home, in between home and the first base dugout, about 6 rows back. Thought maybe Jesse got that pop out that he needed. So Pages, who should be struck out right now, stands in there. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, pops it up again, but that one's going to chase out of play. We'll do it again. They've been living on that outside. You wonder if they may try to sneak one inside, jam them. And then these last 3 pitches have been nowhere near the zone. They are set up inside the pitch. Swing, pops it up. High into the center field. It's going to get down for a base hit, and the Dodgers will walk it off 4-3. A jam shot. He got just enough on it, and Pages will get the RBI, game-winning RBI. He should have been out on that strike called, but Braves lose a tough one, 4-3. Valiant effort, great game on both sides, and just didn't go our way here in the extra innings. Let me rephrase this. I hate the damn ghost runner. Gosh darn it. Well, we'll try to go back at it tomorrow night. No post game tonight for this long game. 1-8. What is it? 1-11. The Braves lose a tough one, but we'll get back to work tomorrow night. Bryce Elder on the mound and Max Fried on Sunday. We're bringing them both to you. And remember, this coming week, Braves only play 5 games. We're Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and then we're playing the Mets next weekend. Monday, we're doing a special Red Sox Braves crossover show. That'll come your way 4 p.m. Eastern. I've got a Red Sox guy that's going to jump on with me. We're going to talk about the series and just what's going on with both teams. Braves lose a tough one. If we were giving out game balls to other teams, you definitely have to give it to that kid Pages. Alan Pages with a hell of a game, but Braves lose a tough one. When it's all said and done, we had our opportunities. We didn't cash them in. I'm not going to point to any one particular person. We had base running errors. We had opportunities to score where we didn't take advantage of it. And at least Austin Riley went deep and Acuna went deep in the same game. Maybe that's something. Maybe we'll get those bats working. Y'all have a great night, Braves country. Oof, I'm exhausted. I don't know about y'all. We'll see you tomorrow night. Come on the air about 8:45 for pregame. It's an hour earlier tomorrow night. It's 9:10 first pitch, not 10:10. And no, I don't know why in the hell they do it that way. Y'all have a good one.